Also, I'm gonna go to Vizimar.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
He get his ass whooped.
Più vedi mite, fai prove sul nero di
Embryo gaidas tuetunomika.
Wait, where the hell am I going?
Elmedeta. Ezt nem novigán.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Is it true? Northern women bathe but once every 3 moons.
Let's see how we can kill those motherfuckers this time.
Terribly.
Okay. Finally able to kill one. I kept dying to him. I won't loot. Oh, there's a house here. Damn, I hurt myself. But I pretty much one-shot his ass. It looks scorched. No loot? No loot. Well, that's disappointing. Damn, I thought something was over. Oh, it's wolves. Oh, they're playing. No, leave them alone. What is up with all the damn explosive barrels? Oh shit, that's a lot of them. The fuck? Goddamn alarm. Get the fuck off. Oh fuck, where did he come from? Oh, I cut one in half. Nice. There's 3 left. And then that's I'll survive. I survive this time. Da 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 da.
Barbarians.
Oh no. That's what a no guardian said. Not what I was looking for.
Cart tracks. Rode off into the swamp. Here's the cart. An arrow. Didn't mention this. Interesting. I should take a look around. Carts riddled with arrows.
He was attacked. Was it Highwayman or the Guardians?
With arrows. Square in the neck. Good shot. Either the merchant's got serious memory problems, or he's lying.
That motherfucker got close. Oh, there.
Must be that box he mentioned. Splattered with blood. Human blood.
Hey, yo! The fuck you came from? Murder is good for you. No, wait, no. That's a horrible message. What's this? Damn, I gotta get used to the system. The things I do for love. Okay, damn. When was the last time I had chili? It's been 43 years. It's been 43 years since I got Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs with barbecue sauce. Oh god, that song. Oh wait, that's actually a pretty decent song to get stuck in my head. It's better than the other one. You shall witness. I don't think I've ever had papaya. Not in the drink form. There's a lot of fruit I want to just try as fruit. Oh, it's this sucker.
Oh, and did you find the box?
Yeah, found your priceless chest. And someone who looks an awful lot like a cart driver. No dryads in these swamps. And
Watch out! Behind you!
there's
Nigga.
nothing behind me. No, best hope you're a better rider than you are a liar.
Fucking bandit. This motherfucker has an arrow, has a bow and arrow on his back. And we saw the arrows. Damn it! Ah! Wait, you gonna...
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard.
Oh my god. Okay, that's kind of annoying.
Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Damn it. So I need to call my horse for it.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard. With my dear
Oh, double
friend
updated.
Geralt of Rivia
Sweet.
seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Chili's baby back ribs. Chili's baby back ribs with barbecue. Ah.
Oh, and you find the box.
Yeah,
Watch out!
there's nothing behind me. Best hope you're a better rider than...
Am I supposed? Okay, we'll try to shoot his ass.
Let's go!
That dude fucking horse kicked me.
Surrender. Slow down. Whoa. Gotta get him out of here. Wake up. See? Can't run from the truth. Not even on horseback. Now who?
Private First Class John Gamer, Temerian 6th Division. That was a...
I'm taking you to...
And you're a traitor. There's a...
Shut your ass up.
Hey, soldier. Waiting on elite transport by any chance?
What? Yes. Corporal Liffey set out to command headquarters.
Medicine's here, in this box. And this is a 3-in-1. Liar, thief, and your corporal's murderer.
Allow yourself, mutant. Captain Peter will see to you. And you, Wardling, deserve our thanks. Dedication will not save our men's lives, but it will ease their dying.
Your soldier's falling sick.
I do not know. I do not ask. Those who take an interest are usually sent straight to the front.
Gotta say, I was kind of
I thought you acted.
Of course.
we meet again.
Thank you for saving me. People say all kinds of things about Wit.
So you managed to salvage some goods.
Yes.
Let me have a look at your stock. Take care. There, so something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
Time we were on our way.
I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
What happened to the lilies?
Took them down.
Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. I'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
Oh, stupid girl.
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Andy, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son
Let's
by
go!
spitting into the earth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt!
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Whoa, shit!
Leave me be!
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You all right?
They say witches steal young'uns. That's true. What the Emperor promised you, freaks? Your own land, like he did the elves once.
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere.
Oh, now I get to kill you all! That sounds violent as hell.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
Murder is in your blood. Do it, boy. The fact they say it's bandit just tells me everything I need to know.
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
Well then, alright then. Next time they won't save your ass.
See his face. God save us.
Be gone. And don't ever come back.
That broke.
Excuse it.
Yen?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared and I might... It's...
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be...
How did you?
Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you.
And I shall provide it.
We can talk here.
Tempting proposition. You see, someone awaits you in Vizima. Emperor Emir var Emrys. Or to those on more intimate.
Got a number among that group. As far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to...
Well,
The kind one can't refuse.
I didn't. Though I could have.
Fine.
The Emperor.
What about you?
I'm going in the up.
Yeah, I remember.
How's your horse?
Can't complain.
I'd like to be back behind. We shall talk of this tomorrow, all right?
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard with my dear friend Geralt.
Oh my god, is that consistent?
The sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Seated on the bergère.
What now?
In that chair. Goodwin, shape the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
Fine. Then what?
If time permits. Sadly, the day is short.
Oh my god.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still. General, I am not certain this is the...
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade. Morvan Vuris, commander of the...
Sure.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth? Parents? Unknown.
We fought on opposing sides, true. Then we landed in the same dungeon. Arian escaped, set fire to the castle on his way out.
So that is how the blade started. Our report suggested the dragon was responsible. Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen.
I got out of Flotsam with Vernon Roach, commander of the Blue Stripes.
A murderer of non-humans. You know this gentleman well, Witcher. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me my most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question, before my beard grows
We shall save you again if it does. Very well. The infamous...
Not the way I see it.
Anais was not just any child. She was a pawn in a game you did not understand.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
Gentlemen must sit still. I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope.
An old acquaintance, more like. Not so close that I felt bad for her, but close enough that I knew she deserved it.
He believes he alone knows what is good and what is evil, and that this gives him the right to dispense justice.
Really?
Comrade Letho of Gullet described you so. Quite accurate, I'd say.
My comrade, your agent.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches included.
An ongoing alliance? What's Letho up to?
I had hoped you would answer that question.
So Letho's hiding from you. Must have a good reason. Was there a shift in national interest that might have caused that? I don't know where he is. Wouldn't tell you if I did anyway. Blade or no blade to my throat.
I believe that is all. With these formalities seen, changed. I might give you some advice. So long, Geralt. Good luck with your audience.
Feels more like I'm being ready for a wedding.
Were that so, I would have prepared the gentleman a frock, tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will choose from these garments.
Black, black, or black.
We do not like garish colors. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.
Sugi!
Ready-made, directly out of Nordling tales. Inconceivable.
And they say clothes do not make the dusty outfit satisfy the gentleman.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back. That's what would satisfy me.
Yes? No need. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South.
Cover away.
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. Gentlemen will rehearse. Lacking fluidity and grace. But come with me. The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Arch magnificency.
I think the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
Let's get this over with.
Imprimi et art cancer.
Okay.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Rebellion Namen, Vatkan Favort. I thought you bowed before no man.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain.
We're friends.
Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla.
Oh, fuck!
She's returned. And she's in danger. The wild... You will find her and bring her to...
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
Do you believe I drag you here in the middle of...
I think anyone can be wrong.
I had forgotten how insolent you... I haven't the time to convince you.
How many men in your army? So why me?
You know why.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about...
For reasons of state. Enough of this banter. You will agree with, if for no other reason than because I shall pay you more than your custom.
I need information, not motivation.
My core of spies will help you. Count on Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience... Take him to the sorceress.
Follow me if the gentleman pleases. Please keep close. There are many honorable guests in the palace whom the gentleman
Disgusts.
need not bother. And it's past noon.
Calm yourself.
What? Do you know who you're talking to, soldier? I'm Hereford the Second, Princess
Once the gentleman is done, he should need to retrieve his possessions.
Yes? Transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is not the city council or the merchants guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire.
Fuck your fire.
Criminal underworld. At times it is difficult.
Geralt, that tunic.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a problem. Now do you understand why I'm...
Ciri, she's really...
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
How about that? She's grown up.
It's been years since you trained together at Kaer Morhen. A great deal has changed.
You haven't. Not a bit.
I missed those awkward compliments of yours. But let's focus on Ciri, alright?
Right. And you said the Wild Hunt's after her. I find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Oh, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Ymir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt, before the Wild Hunt does.
So where's Ciri been...
In the trailing that none. All we Tris.
Sure.
I shall sail for Skeleton.
One.
I didn't want to spoil it. Really? That. Let's drop it, alright?
Guess this means we need to...
It is indeed.
Not gonna happen.
Norway?
Think so?
Same to you. And Geralt. I shall be waiting.
It's a katana! Oh, yes! The madness.
scars healed nicely.
How might I serve?
By returning my thing.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will...
Thanks. Yeah, mention something.
One false move and you will...
You say that, but I could pretty much just kill all of y'all.
I saw you in the sea.
See you.
Yeah, no, I ain't finna play Gwent. Ain't got time for that. Well, I got time for it, but not that. But not right now. I ain't even got a deck. Madam. Perky booty.
Geralt and Yennefer would be united. Something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
Should we take a little afternoon nap together? You can stay over if you want. My mom's here.
Damn. Breathe it in.
That's it, Roach. Show me what you got.
Ah, damn. Fuck it. Fly got in my face.
Come on.
Maybe I should send them down to the creek. Might catch something. God bless you.
Oh, thought I needed help with something.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited.
Okay, that's kind of annoying.
Something more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time lord, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
Yawning. God, it's cold. Guys, it went from 100-degree weather to cold in the morning. I have a jacket on. Like, this is not okay. It's chilly. My glass cutters are out, and I can hardly realize. Cats are not sure what the hell is happening. They're outside. Oh, a bird. What are you doing over there, you bird? You're funny. I suppose you have a bit of gaze. It's so long. It's not true. Something like that. I wonder if it Led Zeppelin? Oh, okay.
That's fucking stupid. That's how diseases get spread.
There's episode 2, there's episode 1. You buried the ice scoop in the ice slabs. So we finally got it down.
Oh damn, I gotta be level 7 for this. Level 11. Well, I know what I'm about to do. I'm about to grind this.
That a wing break? That's a wing break. Snap your feathers. Well, let's go talk to a great Luigi who's up here. Play for it. He'll probably have something to say. Hi, pal. Okay. Get your shiv. Let's get him. Now, I want you to be. I want you to swim. Oh, the whole crew's here. Everyone's in town. Is there a Hey! Stop interrupting my conversation. Take a hit, you little bitch. Oh, alright, take him out. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Oh god. Do any of you guys watch or see any of the information of the Apple iPhones? Because I'll admit, while I don't use Mac computers because I like Windows and I like video games, the prospect of picking up a laptop for defenseless in the future, I think that's a good idea. I hear they're great for video editing. If I want like a mobile work studio for defenseless from time to time, that kind of makes sense. But Apple, what the fuck is going on? That was the biggest snooze fest I've ever seen out of one of your press conferences. Your biggest feature is that the new phones have 2 new buttons, and one of them is not even going to have all of its features until another update comes after launch. What the fuck? I know this is going to sound like nothing if you don't know what I'm talking about, but this was boring. Also, incredibly boring to see all these tech reviewers who got invited to it not press them about this. Like, I get it, it's Apple. If you press them, you get to use your press pass. You know, every year I guarantee these YouTubers get just they love Apple just because of how they the day the NBA drops. I get it, and you know what, I get you bad. I'm not too mad at the press coverage, but for the people who weren't there, who don't have with Apple, who don't want it, like Carter PCs, I saw it, it's like, you know what, I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but everyone else can stuff I actually don't what he said, other than, I remember he did go to Apple Park with a bunch of Samsung, and they tried to stand outside while that was happening. That's pretty boring. I doubt he's going to get invited to those events. But like, I just, it's like, wow, they have a camera button. Very not one fact you do know is on your iPhone right now. Go to the camera with all these buttons. Take a photo. So already now there's a page for all this will change settings. On the button. Yeah, I didn't snooze fast. I don't know why you buy other than like really better screen, better screen, higher refresh. It's on there. And you always I have an Apple Watch. I think this is a series. Yeah, this is a series. This thing is great. It's not dying. I kind of want to so I can get one. Dude, she's fine. She's chilling. She's on my wrist. She pulls my arm hairs out from my She's just how it is. awarded for writing a bunch of different costumes. Hey, you know, okay, that's that shit. Well, cool. I'm going to the great bag. Just get it over with. Yeah, it all is. Very intelligent. That's it. City Boys. Cut shit second. The worst one. I think that's realize how holy shit, what happened to the freaking AirPod Pro? Not AirPod Pro, AirPod Max. We're going to give it USB to charge another $400, $500. Brother, for the love of God, just for USB Type-C. And the problem is, like, I don't remember if it was Marcus Brown or if it was Carter Mason. Said it. But they're like, I'm going to buy them because I can't stand travel. I think that was a big issue. Like, that is ridiculous. Whatever happened with that Apple lawsuit that they get spilled behind? Did that ever get settled, or are they still out? I don't know. Apple was just like, in some cases, I feel because I understand the problem is that it's fine. They're good. There's no real selling features for that. Like, as the concept is, if there's someone who's super used to, like, the massive technology used to get, and feel I can get large use but we just don't do that. I'm running an Apple.
Face itchy.
Not bad.
I know, so why not? But I remember the day I got that one, those laptop. That laptop was small. I'm kind of interested in that one. So I was in debate, and that's not soon. That's going to be something that's way later down the line. Or maybe my friend will upgrade his laptop. So for even the M1s are still amazing. So don't look like the M4. Oh yeah, what is that now? So we're going from whatever A16 chip to the A18 chip. We're skipping 7. Okay, stop taking these plays out of Microsoft's playbook. Okay, it's kind of irritating. I want good things. Soon enough, Apple's we're doing the iPhone Ultra. Now I'm going to be like, so no more Pro? Yeah, no more Pro. It's now Ultra 1. I Kings of making it complicated where it doesn't. I don't like the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch Ultra, not the Apple Watch Pro. Irritating. Right, great baggies, gasping for air. Okay. Great baggies are just like super sleep. They have bad insomnia. Never sleep. Oh, look, your friends come over to the rest of the area. You know where we're going? We'll keep it every day. I can't tell you, like, no, there he is. Look at him. Can't get it. He probably do. Oh, I'm like, launching yeah, you do not. I can't let you do that. Which is nonsense. I'm allowed to do job, so I'm not here to trade. It's fine. I have black ones. Oh, that's so weird. I don't want you to see it coming. I like the pen. Oh, man. And that could cause disrespect to my card. Alright. Yeah.
Mushroom.
Ladies like an NFL line back there. Little handout for questions. The first challenge is going to be called fainting while standing. It's just a bunch of like challenges that are all choice. Oxygen deprivation. Alright, so this next challenge goes straight from the tip. It's called the knock yourself out challenge. It's called the swing a hammer in your head. This next one is called the bowling ball Newton ring. God, already is that the second or third knockout? I don't really know. I lost count. Schmungus is a little bit of a dime piece, but she is done. She didn't lose count pretty frequently. I smacked Monster in the head. But yeah, Monster died. One great night, it's just sleepy bro. Long teeth fading away to the ground. It's still there. Raw. It's a little smelly. I'm surprised. How did that move not on? I feel like every generation that gets you out of your animation.
Oh, damn.
That was well, gentlemen, if you subscribe to the channel, I love it. Do it. I swear to God, so many of you have been most of others. She wants to know. She wants to know. That's it. I don't disappoint her.
Meteorite silver. Ooh. I could have sworn I saw more.
I think those plums are wreaking havoc on my gut. By pride, Hellraiser.
Can't get no receipt now.
I think those plums are wreaking havoc on my gut.
I should start having a little.
By pride, Hellraiser.
Are you tired of guessing which transformation will work? Well, this video is for you. I've spent hours and hours just to get all the transformations in the game. I'll be showcasing every transformation in the game and its word of being safe to reveal its max damage, unique effects, and abilities, so ultimately you will know the best transformation that will build. This video took a lot of time to produce, so
Damn, there's a dead body right here. Oh shit! Oh shit! I did not know there was viscerals in this. Or whatever it's called. Motherfucker had a dumpling. It should be here soon. More honey.
kings do the fighting. Peasants do the dying.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye. She's haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? Why'd you put out...
Because earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle has turned noxious. The Dr. Mandy drank half a pitcher. But herbalist claims you fight the fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And how am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away.
This ghost. Describe it.
Well,
I meant, what does it look?
it looks like a woman, fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, master, if you don't take care of it, that is, Luke.
Fine, I'll help.
In Havel, a settlement.
Okay, this sounds interesting. Let's listen to this.
The story starts with the weather forecasting day that thinks that it might rain throughout the year. For people who like to go camping like our protagonist does, it will be bad news. However, he has still packed his bag and gone out to camp in the forest.
The infamous
He takes out some pieces of
strange, not a ghost.
and puts them on a
It
large
only
shelf.
shows at a certain time of day.
Next, he cracks a cold beer and relishes its taste, thinking that it doesn't matter if it rains or pours because the place where he is staying is a big. Suddenly, some of his friends come in, and our protagonist is glad that he cooked a lot of food in advance. A veteran soldier cheerfully approaches him, asking him if he still has some of his fine alcohol. Next are a calm-beast man and his feral daughter who go mad at the sight of food.
That's around the
There is
well
also an old
scorched.
wizard-looking guy and a pretty elf lady with a blue bird on her arm. They surround protagonist in his campsite,
around the well
placing an open
scorched.
space between the great mountains and forests. If any of you still don't get it, our protagonist is not camping on Earth. Well, this is only a sneak peek of the future, and the real story starts quite a few months before it. In a small village in Korea, a car stops in front of an old building. One man asks
Bodies
the
dragged to a
proprietor
crisp.
store that his grandfather used to run. It says that it has a
Point to a
nice
new
ride.
wraith.
The man that asks his masked friend if he, as the most famous chef in Korea, is really going to open a restaurant in this place. The masked guy comes out of the car, asking his friend to check the area properly because he fears the paparazzi will find him. His friend says that no one will follow him so far in the countryside, and he takes his mask off as he agrees. He is Lee Kang-hyun, a renowned celebrity chef who graduated from CIA, one of the best 3 cooking schools in the world. It's the Culinary Institute of America. After that, he won the Paris International Cooking Competition, and that was the beginning of his fame. He was not only skilled but also handsome, which is why a bunch of different TV shows began asking him to feature on their shows. That would have been a good thing had Kang-hyun not gotten burned out. That was just the first issue. The second problem was the invasive fans who didn't value his privacy or work ethic and barged into his kitchen to click selfies with him. He insulted those fans out of the kitchen. However, he still got chewed out by his seniors and other chefs in the kitchen who accused him of making things difficult for them. They told him that if he wanted to mingle with his fans everywhere, he should have just become a model. It didn't stop at that, and there was an army of online trolls after Kang-hyun. They said that he was just popular because of his face, and that his cooking skills were not so good. Some of them even called him a horrible person for yelling at his fans and said that his food was average at best. Kang-hyun got depressed as he read all this, and now he is tired of attention. That is why he has come to the shop his grandpa used to run in his village. His friend asks him to rethink his decision to open a restaurant here, because he won't earn much. Kang-hyun replies that it is good for him because he came here to rest. His friend mocks him, saying that people who want to rest don't start businesses, but Kang-hyun replies that cooking is like resting. After carrying all his luggage inside, Kang-hyun's friend says that he is hungry, so they should go eat something. They decide to hit the nearest restaurant, and the quality of it brings out the Gordon Ramsay. He picks up the massive sake noodles dipped in a mud-like sauce and is ready to throw hands at the chef. But his friend calms him down because it is normal for food quality to drop in a place like this with no competition. He tastes the noodles and says that the sauce tastes okay, at least according to him. Well, that hits Kang-hyun right where it hurts because he cannot taste food anymore. He was devastated the first time he found it out and went to the doctor immediately. The doctor told him that he lost his sense of taste because of psychological stress, so they could not treat him through conventional medicine or surgery. The doctor told Kang-hyun to take care of his stress first and suggested he pick up a hobby. Back to the present, Kang-hyun's friend asks if he's really sure to come to this place even though he gets some customers here. There is literally nothing exciting he can do in a village like this. Kang-hyun replies that there are mountains and fields here which is perfect for him because he can go camping there. A few days later, Kang-hyun takes all the items he needs for camping and heads out to the mountains in a cab. The cab driver makes fun of his attire and says that he looks like he is going to the beach instead. Suddenly, Kankyun recalls something and asks the driver to stop by Yeongyong village. It was the village his grandfather lived in, and it is Kankyun's first time coming there after his grandfather's death. He decides to clean up his old house before going to the mountains, but then notices that the door of the storehouse is open. He panics, thinking that there might be a thief there, and nervously checks it out. He believes that he has a stainless steel camping bag, so he can deal with any thief. The strength to fight comes from a person's heart, not from the weapons he has. Well, Kankyun suddenly gets startled as something darts out of the window, which turned out to be just an ordinary house cat. Well, he wants to show attitude to the cat by flexing his back toward her. He then enters the storeroom and begins looking for the light switch. However, as he keeps walking in without finding anything, he realizes that something is weird. The storehouse feels much bigger than it looks from the outside. Suddenly, Kankyun notices tiny sparks of light all around him, and then finds that he is looking at a completely different universe while standing on the crumbling edge of the platform. Suddenly, the stone beneath his feet breaks loose, and Kankyun stumbles into a different universe, screaming so loudly. When he opens his eyes, he finds himself in a strange forest and wonders where he is. A small animal licks his hand, and he immediately freaks out. However, the giant ear squirrel that was licking his hand is still there, looking at him with surprise. Kankyun thinks that the squirrel has too many huge ears, but then it starts flapping the ears and flies away, leaving him alone. That is no squirrel. Next, Kankyun notices some rustling in the bushes behind him and freaks out once again, only to find a rabbit there. Well, it was not just any rabbit, but the Giga Chad rabbit. The rabbit hops away like it is to escape before he comes across
Fucking Giga Chad rabbit, I love it.
He runs around
Motherfucker doing squat hops.
thinks about the doctor who advised him to go camping versus suddenly his stomach starts growling to the man, so he starts a fire. The problem is that he has lost his stainless steel bag that had most of the ingredients. The only things he has right now are some dried fish, salt, pepper, and some beef stock. Well, at least he has something to eat, so he begins cooking. He pours the beef stock over the dried fish in his pan, and then adjusts the taste of salt and pepper. He is not satisfied with his cooking, but at least it is edible. Kankyun eats the dried fish dish, and as expected, he cannot taste it at all. He is frustrated and tosses the pan away before cursing his fate. Suddenly, he feels another rustling in the bushes and notices a pair of eyes glaring at him in the darkness. Kankyun fears that it is a wolf and reaches out for his pocket knife. It's not like he can do anything with the knife, but he still picks it up and positions it towards the big black wolf, wearing its fangs in. Kankyun screams loudly, anticipating getting attacked, but nothing happens, and when he opens his eyes, he finds nothing there. Then suddenly, he hears a sound coming from behind him and turns around to find a small white pup gobbling up the food in his pan. The little pup has licked the pan clean, and it wags its tail intensely while looking at Kankyun. He is utterly confused upon seeing the creature, and at first, he thinks it is a small breed of dog. The puppy approaches him, and he wonders where it came from. Kankyun tells him that if he is done eating, he should get going because he doesn't like that. He then picks up the pup and begins muttering
She needs before she leaves this world. Moon Wraith won't stray too far from the well. Bloodstains almost faded, but the line's taut.
Also, as he takes a closer look at his appearance, he notices its sharp claws and fangs,
Corpse,
which make
made
him
by
realize
bucket
that
rope.
it is not a dog. He panics, wondering where the mother
Where
is.
the journal belonged to.
He fears that the
Must
big
be.
black wolf he saw earlier might be the mother, and when she finds her baby with a human, the very obvious thing might happen.
Wide pelvis,
Kankyun is
small
terrified.
jaw.
But then he notices that he is still
Judging by the teeth.
He lays on the ground
Left
thinking
arm
that it
missing.
doesn't matter if the wolf kills him because he is set to
Need
die
to
because
cremate
of
the
starvation.
remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. She's wearing the bracelet from her husband.
However,
Might be
White
where
Rock
you
breaks
fell
into a
off.
hollow tree trunk, emitting a faint
Gotta jump down there.
As
So I
Conrad
don't
breaks
break
his
my
legs,
legs.
he sees the same thing that he saw before coming to this world. He realizes that it is the hole he fell through in order
Why
to
build
go
this
back
small
on jail.
jaw?
However, he is doubtful because the hole is
Barry.
going downward again, and if he takes it, he might just end up in hell. He just wants to have a little look first, so he puts his head into the hole, but the hole cuts through his chest. He happily sweats towards Conrad and headless his Once again, Conrad screams loudly while cursing the wolf puppet. But to his relief, he soon finds himself back outside the storehouse. He is moved to tears by the fact that he survived. Conrad thinks that he didn't even get to thank the wolf pup for his help, and decides to never forget his death for as long as he lives. Well, the puppy is right there. He's dragging his tail as he waits. He has no choice but to bring it up. First, he gives the puppy a bath, and it turns into a fidget spinner, spraying water everywhere. After that, he decides to give the puppy a supplements. White rice, white sugar. But after that, he sleeps peacefully and wakes by his side.
Like I meant to come up
As he
empty-handed.
stretches after waking
A bracelet
up,
with an inscription to Claire from Volker.
he brings some dog
The bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well.
white rice.
Lovely craftsmanship. I don't have to burn it with the body.
I hate you, RMG. I just saw that shit. Oh, God, you evil.
White rice is only eating the things that he made himself and ignoring all the factory processed food items. He doesn't even eat the frozen steak that he brought from the convenience
That's ore.
store. This gives him an idea, and he realizes that his pet wolf might just be a good. So he prepares to test for it. He presents the 2 plates of steak he cooked himself in front of white rice. He used the same quality meat and the same cooking method for both dishes, but the sauce is different. One has a commercial sauce, while the other is his original sauce, which got a lot of praise in the international cooking contest. Conrad tells White Rice that if he really knows gourmet food, he must choose wisely. First, White Rice sniffs the commercial sauce steak, and he knows that it is also tasty. However, if the wolf pup chooses his sauce, he will be an Epicurean, a person who has developed a taste for luxury. White Rice first eats the commercial sauce steak. Then moves to Conrad's super sauce steak, and as he eats it, he immediately realizes that he liked it a lot more because of the faster wagging in his tail. He is delighted that White Rice really turned out to be a gourmet and realizes that he cannot feed him just anything. Conrad looks at the big plate and realizes that after a long time, he felt that it was worth giving all his efforts to cooking. Soon after that, Conrad begins to paint his restaurant, but the paint is uneven, and he wonders what the problem is. Someone tells him that he is using Negro paint for painting outside walls. He turns around and sees a stylish, funky old man whining about how new gen kids can't even recognize him. Conrad is startled upon seeing the tough-looking old guy and takes off his cap to ask him who he is. The man removes his goggles and reveals that he is the head of this village. He was expecting the new member of the village to come see him, but since Conrad didn't come to see him, he came here himself. The village head then insults Conrad's painting skills, saying that it looks like a raccoon painted the wall with his tail. He notices White Rice and tries to pet him while telling Conrad to give up on painting because he will introduce him to some guy who can do it perfectly. Conrad tries to refuse and says he will call professionals, but the village chief says that he doesn't know the value of money. He tells him to be free on the weekend because then he will bring in a local to help him. All this while White Rice has been skillfully dodging the old man's advances. The weekend comes, and the village chief brings a man named Young Neo, who will help him paint the shop. They both begin to examine the wall, and Conrad wonders why they are working so hard for the sake of a stranger. The old man then asks if this place is going to be a restaurant. and Kanhyun explains that he is planning to make it an Italian restaurant. The old man doesn't know what Italian is, so Kanhyun simply says that it will be a Western restaurant. Miho gets alert upon hearing this and nervously asks if he will sell pork cutlets in his Western restaurant. Later, he explains that his wife loves pork cutlets, and the restaurant they always go to is closed. On top of that, the wife is pregnant, so they can't go far.
Oh, my back.
He tells Kanhyun he was just asking out his lost, so he does not have any pressure. Kanhyun thinks the pork cutlets are easy to make, even if they are not on the menu. But the problem is how to give customers food whose taste he doesn't like. He is about to decline when he notices the excited white rice behind him. Kanhyun suddenly gets the answer to his question of how to know the taste of food. He gets up and tells Miho that he can make pork cutlets for him. Later he starts making the cutlets based on the description Miho gave him. According to it, the sauce was more brown than red and was sweet because of the tomatoes. He realizes that sweetness and tomatoes equal tomato ketchup. He soon prepares all the ingredients and tells white rice to get ready as his taste tester. Kanhyun prepares the first batch of pork cutlets and presents them to white rice.
Well, it's raining. Show you what I do today. I'll kick your ass on the plate. I'll show you today. With my skills on my blade. Warrior.
Which is obviously white rice's tail. By the time he is done finding the necessary, white rice is also satisfied. Kanhyun feels that now that he has a taste, he can finally enjoy cooking. Then the next day, Miho comes there with his wife. His wife is really excited to eat at a new restaurant and says that it has been a long time.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using the katanas.
Kanhyun soon presents them with his special pork cutlets, and Miho's wife is already amazed by how wonderful it is. She takes a bite. Both Miho and Kanhyun wait for response. She says that the pork cutlet at the countryside restaurant is good, but this one is way better. She is really happy and exclaims that the sauce tastes similar, but the meat is much crispier and juicier. She then begins talking with Miho about their first date. They had pork cutlets that day too, and she remembers how Miho was looking at her the entire time instead of eating. Miho blushes on hearing that, and his wife says that she took a liking to pork cutlets after that day. Before that, she didn't even like them that much. She says that instead of the pork cutlet, she cherished the sweet memories with him. Kanhyun is happy to see his customer is so satisfied, and he turns back to see that he fed white rice a little too much. He compliments him for his nice work, and white rice replies with a good old
Aww.
Later, Kanhyun begins to review his ideas for the restaurant. Instead of opening an Italian restaurant, he decides to create a menu with Western dishes revolving around what his customers want. Restaurants with such flexible menus already exist, but they are all high-class, expensive restaurants. Kanhyun feels that he may need to improvise things as he runs his restaurant, but before that, he must do something about white rice, who looks like he is depressed. Kanhyun asks him if he misses the forest he came from, and white rice's ears and tail stand up on hearing forests. Kanhyun realizes that returning an animal to the world he came from will be the best thing, even if it makes him a little lonely. However, as he remembers the flying squirrel and the giant rabbit, Kanhyun begins shivering with fear and thinks that he doesn't want
Damn, that's a lot of deer.
Kanhyun tells him that he's not going to fall for it, but apparently the charm of innocent puppy eyes is persistent. It's a back of the world. He is worried about himself and only hopes that everything is all right. He walks white rice in the forest, wondering if this is a separate dimension like in the comics he reads. Suddenly, he hears the sound of water and goes towards it to check it out. When he sees that Rose is lying, there is a lake in front of him, and it is so beautiful that Kanhyun is left speechless. He claims that if this place were his home, he would also get homesick, no matter where he went. He then looks at white rice and tells him that there is a farewell gift for him. Kanhyun pulls out a portable grill from his backpack and tells the little pup that he will feed him some expensive meat. White rice is already blown away with that, and then Kankia melts some butter, lets the premium steak cut sizzle on it, and then sprays salt and pepper on top. White rice likes the finished product a lot, and his tail swings so fast. He then looks at the lake and realizes that he is missing something, and that something is a keg of cold beer that is necessary to enjoy such a good meal. Kankia drinks the beer, and then is about to give the cliche reaction everyone has after drinking beer. But for a change, he doesn't, since he can't even taste it. Well, it's not as if anyone drinks alcohol for its taste anyway. Kankia enjoys the scenery when suddenly he feels a blade on his shoulder. A rough voice asks him who he is because he does not look like a person from the nearby villages. Kankia is terrified, and the veteran guard who has him on sword point by the man suddenly changed his attitude. Randolph took some of his abilities. Randolph tells Kankia that since such a white wolf is accompanying him, he must be a nice person, tender, and juicy meat.
Ah!
He is surprised to hear this out and asks if it is arrogant. He is curious about it, and Kankia asks him if he wants some. Out of courtesy, Randolph says that he just asked out of curiosity, so he does not really know. While grabbing the tightly,
I need to put that's what it is. I need to put saddlebags.
decides to give him a fresh instead of as Randolph goes down, he is stuck with his hands in such a position. Kankia is glad that the knight's attitude has changed from that of a menacing guard to that of a curious tourist. Randolph thanks him for the treat and says that he cannot just go away without repaying the favor. He tells him that if he ever comes to town, he can ask anyone for Knight Captain Randolph's address, and they will show him the way. Well, Kankia doesn't exactly know how high the Knight Captain is in the army ranking, so he is quite confused. However, Randolph thinks that since he is not reacting, despite knowing his position, he must really be an extraordinary person. With that, the Knight Captain tells Kankia that since he has the White Wolf by his side, he will be fine no matter what kind of creature he encounters. He goes back to his patrol, telling Kankia that they will meet again. Kankia is happy to hear that because Randolph just drank alcohol on duty, and he is worried about what is okay in this world. Kankia gives all the remaining food to White Rice and thinks about how lively his life has been because of it. He feels a bit sad to leave him, but he thinks it is for the He gets up with a sigh, telling White Rice that he doesn't know if they will meet again, and asking him to take care of himself. He walks away and then looks back at White Rice, dissatisfied that he is not showing any sign of affection. Kankia was hoping the puppy would be at least a little attached to him, but when he looked around the second time, he found only his favorite trail. Kankia wonders where White Rice went, but then feels that his backpack is heavy because the pup is hanging out. Kankia tells him to let it go, and White Rice uses his claws to latch onto the bag, ruining it in the process. Kankia is defeated after a while and asks the pup why he's and White Rice just licks his hand. He asks the puppy why he wants to come back with him when he has returned to his home. White Rice barks at him, and Kankia asks him if he prefers feet. He is happy to fix the dog up, thinking that he has no choice but to take him back. However, as he returns to the village, Kankia realizes that he must go to the other world quite quickly before White Rice will kick him out. In the village, he spots everyone gathered for a party and wonders what is happening. He doesn't really care, but everyone is gathered.
A return customer. Welcome. What can I do for you this time?
I'd like you to forge something for me.
And he replies that they are having a feast and asks if he didn't get to know about it. Kankia says that he didn't and decides to leave because he does not want to join the party anyway. However, the village chief stops him and tells him that he should join them because this party was thrown to welcome him anyway. The village people unfurled a huge banner welcoming Kankia to their village, and he was not ready to see that everyone was having fun at Kankia's welcome party, except for Kankia, who wanted to go home. As the old village people pestered him, Miho and his wife seemed to be the only sensible people there, and Kankia asked them if they always celebrate like this when there's a new person in the village. She tells him that they are a small village, so they try to stay close to each other. but he can tell that the old-timers just need an excuse to drink all day. The village chief comes to tell them that they care for each other, and that is why sharing their happiness is a common practice. The old man asks him to promote his restaurant here, and he almost believes him until he notices him wearing the bottle caps as accessories. The old man runs to drink with his friends, but he thinks that it is a nice idea to advertise his restaurant. Everyone is busy enjoying themselves, and Kang Hyun thinks that this type of gathering is not so bad after all. He finds that white rice is missing and realizes that some villagers have surrounded him. They are fawning over how cute he is and how quickly he is eating all the meat. However, as they try to pat them, white rice dodges their touch like a pro. After beating everyone with his agility, white rice quickly paces through the gathering, stealing all the expensive meat with such great speed that most people don't even know what hit them. Kang Hyun pretends to not know white rice, and his emotional memories disappear as he thinks that he should have left the wolf up back in the forest. Suddenly, he notices a boy sitting by himself in the corner. His grandma soon comes there with some food for him, but he slaps it away angrily. Kang Hyun is not happy to see this. His grandma tries to talk to him. The village chief approaches the old lady to ask her what happened, and she replies that Sangha has been acting rebellious ever since he came back from school yesterday. His friend bragged to him about eating a hamburger, so now he also wants it. The grandma brought him
Fucking children.
but the boy didn't seem to want it. Someone volunteers to buy a burger from the restaurant next, but another person comes, saying that the boy must desire a Big Mac, which they don't sell here. However, the village chief says that it is okay if they don't sell it here because they can make it themselves. He points towards Kang Hyun, saying that they have a chef from Seoul who knows it all. He is exasperated by the attention, and he gives up and accepts the
Alright.
However, the village chief tells him that it doesn't need to taste like a Big Mac, and saying it probably doesn't even want to happen. The boy must be jealous of his friend who moved out with his parents. The chief explains that Sanger's mom is admitted to a hospital while his dad is outside the country for work, so he lives with his grandmother. The chief says that since Sanger is the only kid in their village, they must take care of him. Kang Hyun has some newfound respect for the village chief who knows about everyone's condition, but the graph of respect quickly drops as he sees some empty bottles tied around his waist. At night, Kang Hyun thinks that he can easily make hamburgers because he studied in America, but he never really tried a Big Mac because he didn't do anything aside from studying. However, he feels that he must do at least this much for the villagers because his pet will fade all their meat. White Rice is nervous on hearing that and tries to act cute to win Kang Hyun's favor, but he tells him to shut up because there will be no more food for him. White Rice is upset, but then Kang Hyun tells him that he will have to taste something for him. He creates a hamburger for White Rice just by looking at a picture, but the taste meter is not wagging fast enough. Kang Hyun suddenly remembers how he went to America with a love for cooking. He never put as much passion into anything else as he did into cooking. He wonders what the Kang Hyun from the past would think if he saw him like this. He is not happy that he is trying to create just a poor replica to satisfy a kid, and he is not pleased that the village chief told him that it doesn't need to taste the same. He ties his apron and wears his headgear, saying that he has never cooked half-heartedly before, and he will not do it now. The next day, as Kang Hyun is busy working his magic in the kitchen, Sanger is waiting in his restaurant. His grandma is there with him, along with Miho and his wife. They try to hype up the boy by saying that Kang Hyun can cook anything, but he is not happy about it. Suddenly, Kang Hyun comes there with a hamburger, and everyone is amazed by how good it looks. Sanger takes a bite, and he feels the taste of freedom in his mouth. He excitedly turns to his grandma to tell her how delicious this burger is, and the old lady speaks a smile. Kang Hyun decided, "Feral beast girl." Kang Hyun notices the cat-like ears and tail of the girl and gets confused. He wonders if she was one of those beast people that show in fantasy. It shouldn't be the main cause of his worry because the cat girl is ferocious. She growls while leaping at Kang Hyun, but his actions the last time were not approved, and he can dodge her attack once again. However, the girl doesn't seem ready to give up, and Kang Hyun wonders where White Rice is when he really needs it. He tries to resolve things peacefully with the cat girl and realizes that she might be hungry. He shows her the bowl of food, and she suddenly quiets down. Han Hyun leaves the bowl on the ground and tells the cat girl that he will give her this, and then she should peacefully go back. The girl doesn't believe him, and she approaches the food quite cautiously. However, its look and smell entice her, and she starts drooling. She takes one bite directly with her mouth, and suddenly an explosion of chili ravages her taste buds. She falls to the ground and starts screaming. Han Hyun realizes that the kimchi stew might be too spicy for her, and decides to offer her some water. However, the cat girl calms down by herself, and as the spiciness of the chili dies, the deliciousness of the vegetables comes forward. She gets up and begins eating the stew. Han Hyun realizes that it must suit her taste. Suddenly, white rice returns there in time for his meal, and Han Hyun complains that he could have come back a little earlier. He goes to reheat the stew for him, but white rice notices the cat girl eating food meant for him. White rice doesn't tolerate it, and he immediately tackles the girl. Han Hyun tells him to stop and not anger the girl, but the wolf pup is blinded by rage. He kills the cat girl, and Han Hyun tries to stop him. It seems white rice had the upper hand, and the cat girl starts crying after he crushes her nose. She tries to pounce on him, and Han Hyun tries to get white rice away from her. Then suddenly, the situation becomes peaceful within an instant as a cool and composed cat man arrives at the scene and grabs the cat girl in the front. The cat man apologizes to the people before moving away from the campsite with great speed. Han Hyun can only watch him go with white rice's paw print on his face, and he wonders how many different races live in this forest. Well, he returns to the village after that and begins cleaning his vegetables with white rice's help.
You forge any good?
Splendid. Brought a 2-chamber bellows for Mahakam, then sent to Vizima for a crack builder. Fellow built a brick hearth and a chimney in no time. Only thing is, the local folk don't buy from them no more. They ride the Goslets, half a day's road, even though the duffer...
He's a human. Be careful, Willis. And if the tide turns and Nilfgaard abandons White Orchard, you leave with them. So long.
I hate that fucking racist motherfuckers. They will blame you for that boy's death. Well, the boy shouldn't set his shit on fire.
He heads to the kitchen and thinks that this is the old lady's first time having pasta, so he decides to prepare the basic tomato sauce pasta. He cooks everything perfectly because he feels that she is the first customer in the shop. He presents the tomato pasta to the woman soon. Han Hyun is anxious about her response because even though he did not taste the pasta, he has received many compliments. The old lady takes a bite. However, he is confused about why she left so much food. Han Hyun thinks the same thing, while Park spent almost all her time, and even the villagers rarely got to see her. The village chief believed that the old lady still thought about her husband a lot, but the dead won't return to life. He began searching his bag for something. As white rice got close to coming, the cat girl descended from the tree. Han Hyun picked up some juicy steak and was ready to put some hot sauce on it. But then he recalled the last time the cat girl was not really able to handle the spice well. She flinched as she saw the hot sauce off. Han Hyun decided to skip it. He melted butter in another pan and then roasted some mushrooms with pepper and salt. He added some cream for thickness and then added some cheese too before putting cooked pasta in place. As the finishing touch, he put the steak on top of the pasta, and his cream steak pasta was done. He gave a plate to the cat girl, who growled at him. Han Hyun told her that she could growl at him later, and that right now she needed to eat it quickly before it was stolen. She was a bit anxious about the taste of chili from the last time, but decided to take a bite nonetheless. With just the first bite, she felt herself in a different dimension, with angelic cats preparing to meet the cream. She meowed in pleasure and moved the pasta and rapidly gobbled everything at once. She looked at Concan with eager eyes, as if to tell him that she liked what he could without chili. He could tell that she wanted more of it, even though the girl seemed unable to use words. He was pleased that she was more satisfied than she was when she ate the spicy stick. However, Concan wasn't a big fan of the cream steak pasta because it was really greasy and heavy, which didn't work for him. On top of that, it was more of a shabby fusion than one of the bracelet. The cat girl began rubbing against Concan's leg to act cute so that he would give her more food. He ruffled her hair and thought that it didn't matter if the pasta was authentic or not as he watched some sprinkling from the sink and felt like ice.
Hey, I think it worked.
What kind of multiple enemy bullshit was that? Bitch, did you heal? Ah, damn it.
And she looks outside the window and sees cherry blossoms falling down. She thinks that it is finally spring again to come and relax over the weekend. He is a bit too excited for someone who just wants to relax. Then suddenly, Concan is just dumbfounded, pushing towards the birds. And then takes the first bite and finds that the taste of the bird's meat can really stimulate his forthwith. So, to remove the bad smell, Concan pours some dark beer on the meat. Randolph instantly sneaks behind him and asks him if he is pouring beer into the bucket. He demands an explanation about how he can waste such a precious thing, but Confield is not happy. He tells the night captain to create a frame on which he can hang the coffin. He obeys silently. Confield then remarks that it would be nice if they had some more leaves and herbs. He fills up the pot with an equal amount of beer, water, and tea, and then adds things, having salt and sugar. He leaves the mixture to cook for about an hour, and when it is done, he asks Randolph to help him put it down. Confield then removes the lid of the pot. The smell of the cooking is so delicious that he would like to wax. Randolph asks if it is done, and Confield replies that they still have to roast it one more time. You would have put it in the oven, since he is canning like fire instead. After the meat is roasted well, Confield cuts it into smaller chunks in case of fish. As Randolph holds the plate for the finished dish, he wonders if this wonderful scent is coming from jumping bird. Randolph knows that even the best chefs in his territory have given up on making it taste good. He can't believe that Confield can do the impossible, but as he takes a bite, he feels like he's forced it through his body. He wonders what the hell this taste is and begins gobbling up the meat. The outside is as crispy as it can be, but the inside is juicy and tender. Randolph feels like he is in heaven and wonders if this is the meat of the jumping birds that he has eaten hundreds of times before. However, he feels that there is something missing in this dish that will make it balanced and perfect. He has his eureka moment and immediately asks Confield to give him some beer because it will fit perfectly with the dish. Confield tells him to go and grab one himself, so Randolph does. As he relishes the taste of the beer and takes a healthy bite of the meat, he is proud of his intuition. He remarks that this is the perfect dish to go along without. He praises Confield greatly, saying that he will never get tired even if he eats this dish for the rest of his life. However, Confield is not thrilled because he could have gotten rid of all the foul smells that he had all the time. Confield turns to White Rice to ask what he thinks, and he wags his tail decently fast to say that he likes it. While the wolf pup is asking for it, Confield is still contemplating how he could have made the dish better. This leaves Randolph dumbfounded, and he now believes that Confield's skill level must be higher than that of the Imperial chef if he is not satisfied with the delicious food that he just made. Later, a mildly drunk Randolph says that he wants to treat Confield to a meal this time, but he ends up getting treated by him again. He wants to know how such a cooking technique exists in the world. Confield is glad that he liked it. Randolph says that after this, he can never eat more than jumping bird meat again. He asks Confield if it would be fine if he copies his cooking technique, and he replies that it would be fine because it is nothing special anyway. Randolph cuts him off mid-sentence. He says that he is addicted with some chefs, and that's why he knows the value of Confield's skills. Randolph tells him that his dishes are brilliant, so he should not undervalue himself. Confield is happy to hear that and thanks the late captain. Randolph then decides to repay Confield for all the amazing and precious things he has shown him, and his idea of making is to teach the swordsmanship. Confield is dumbfounded by his suggestion, and Randolph repeats himself in case he does not understand. He probably says that right now he is situated in this rural area, but once he was a reputed knight in the capital. He thinks that his swordsmanship lessons would be a valuable reward for Confield. Confield tries telling him that he is just a chef, and Randolph suddenly starts laughing as he declares that countless people come to him and beg him to teach them swordsmanship. Confield asks him to teach those people that, but Randolph says that he doesn't like them. He tells Confield to be ready with a beer and a meat dish for him the next time they meet, and then he will teach him some swordsmanship. While Confield is not interested in learning him, he understands that the knight captain might be embarrassed to get treated to a free meal every time. He realizes that Randolph will be uncomfortable if he racks up any more debts.
I guess they got the body.
He decides to accept his offer and just listen to the swordsmanship. He gets stronger. Soon the night sky is covered by the wilderness. As Confield fires, he has back in the village has been a week since Confield's restaurant. During the last few days, many villagers visited this restaurant along for a few days. Now Concan is completely free and only watched birds from his window. He knew that there would be no customers, but he still felt a bit down because of it. White Rice is watching TV to cure his boredom. The TV was a gift of sorts from a customer who left a review saying that he doesn't use it anymore. Concan decides to see what White Rice is watching and finds that he is watching a trouble. Concan reads the name on eyes and thinks that he has heard it somewhere before too. At the same time, Concan's friend who helped him get settled in the village is busy with his work. And what's his job? He is a manager for the same idol group. He asks the girls if they are comfortable living at this location. They complain that it is too rural, the sun is too bright, and there are huge grasshoppers here. The man is exhausted. He doesn't even hear the girls' replies and tells them that he did a good job. Jim prefers to work quietly at his office, but it is not possible for a group of girls who cannot be silent. He checks his schedule and finds that there is nothing to do today since the shooting for the interview has been completed. Since he has time and is close to Concan's village, he decides to visit him. He calls Concan and asks him if he is still alive. He says that his shoot just finished and he is nearby, so he will drop by this food. Later, it seems Concan doesn't want him over, but Jim says that he doesn't even have any guests. On top of that, he has no plans to eat anywhere else with his friend as a chef. The girls hear this, and they begin gossiping about the chef. As Jim's plan is ready, the girls have also hatched a secret plan. Jim leaves the girls to his assistant and tells them to behave nicely. They act innocent, asking him if they have not been nice to the evening. Jim doesn't have enough fingers to count the number of incidents, but he doesn't want to argue with them, so he simply gets into the car and tells them that he will see them tomorrow. Just as he goes, the girls gang up on his assistant and tell him to follow his advice. The assistant says that he cannot do that, but apparently he is weak to the charm of the girls. The blonde girl who seems
That's why you need a female assistant.
He's not busy at all, but still, there is no use crying over it now. So he decides to have something on White Rice instead. So, the door is kicked open as it enters the restaurant. It is Jim, who is pissed at his assistant who got caught here. Seeing the tense atmosphere, Concan wonders what the hell is going on, and then Jim apologizes to him, saying that a few unwanted guests tagged him. Those unwanted guests cheerfully introduce themselves as allies. Soon, the girls start fawning over White Rice and try to pet him, but he runs away from them. On the other hand, Concan still can't believe that a simple restaurant, situated in the remotest part of the country, has been visited by idols. After that, Jim lectures the girls. He says that they have gotten too old recently and asks if they even think about the consequences of their actions. The girls don't even dare to face him. The furious Jim tells them to answer. They can only apologize. Jim tells them to go back right now. Concan understands the situation now, and then takes a look at Jim's assistant, who is crying in the corner. He takes the phone back and tells Jim that since everyone is already here, it will be better to return with their buddies. Jim asks him if that will be okay because he can't believe that Concan is going to accept this unexpected situation. Because the Concan he knew have made a huge fuss of this situation. In the meantime, Concan asks the girls if there is something they are craving, and they name some spicy and oily food. The assistant tells them to be mindful of their diet as they are still promoting their new show. Jim thought that Concan had lost his mind when he decided to move to the countryside to live. However, now he seems to have changed. Also, he notices White Rice and wonders if the dog is always there. In the meantime, Concan goes to the kitchen and wonders what he should prepare to please everyone. He wants them to be fulfilled and happy since they are far away from the city. First, he decides to check what ingredients he has and opens the refrigerator, where he gets a great idea. That idea involves using some very ripe red tomatoes. He begins chopping the onion, planning to prepare a light meal for the girls. On one hand, he puts some sizzling meat, and on the other, he fries some garlic. He grates some cheese, thinking that he must cook something that his guests will like, but it should be rich in nutrients and flavor too. Soon, the food is prepared, and he presents it to the girls, who can't contain their excitement at seeing it. Ankia has made tomato pasta and steak salad for them. The girls eagerly start taking pictures and then start eating the food. The blonde girl is amazed by the taste of the tomato pasta. She says that she doesn't usually eat pasta unless it's rolls or cream pasta, but the pasta sauce in this one is truly delicious. The girl with bangs remarks that the vegetables in the salad on the edge of the meat is also delicious. Ankia tells Jim that he prepared a light meal on purpose and asks him to let the girls enjoy their food in peace. He retorts that he wasn't planning to say anything while they eat. On the other side of the table, the redhead is crying tears of joy, wondering why she has never eaten something so delicious before. Now, the purple-haired girl with her is getting angry because the food is so good. Her friends tell her that she should eat more instead of being angry. They say that they never know or get another chance to have things like this. Compliment gives each drink a side after Jim and asks if they stop the food. He replies that while it is easy to misunderstand the situation, he has not been starving. Compliment tells him too, because his assistant is already Compliment has made light bundle pasta since he has the job of soul. He should not get sleep. Jim is really surprised because he had imagined Compliment considered. Suddenly, he gets a knife and grabs his shoulder, asking him if he is acting so kind because he is going to loss. Compliment coldly asks him if he looks terminally ill. Later, the girls praise his food and say that it is on another level compared to anything they have ever done. Compliment replies that he will get something better next time they visit him. The blonde cheerfully says that they will come back. She recalls Compliment by his name. He flinches because he never introduced himself. The girls get into the car and tell him that he and his food look much better in real life, and they say that they will see him next time. After they are gone, he nervously asks Jim how the girls recognize him, and he replies that they watch his cooking videos when they are hungry, so they will recognize him. With that, Jim gets in his car, and Compliment tells him to inform him in advance the next time he decides to pay a visit. Jim simply asks him how his healing is going. Compliment smiles and says that it is going well. The next day, he picks up his bicycle and rides to the local supermarket with white rice in the basket. There is only one supermarket near the village, and the rest of them are all in the nearby city. He stops outside the store and decides to buy a lot of green onions. He enters the shop to find a dark-skinned lady working there. Compliment thinks that she is the daughter-in-law of the old lady he saw here the last time. The woman asks him if he is looking for anything in particular, and he thanks her before saying that he will take a look on his own. He goes to the vegetable section and finds that they don't have any vegetables today, and that is a problem because Grandma Clark always orders a daily pasta. Since the woman also tells him that they only have green onions in their town, Compliment decides to check out the food super. He leaves the store, saying that he will come early. Just as he steps outside, he finds some children fighting. A boy and a girl have grabbed each other's hair, and they are cursing each other while asking the other to let them first. The boy says that he doesn't want to play with her. The girl reports the same. She calls him a brat. The boy shouts that she is different from the rest of the children. He yells at her to go back to the old country. The girl is stunned and speechless. Just then, Compliment arrives there and separates them by telling them to stop fighting. He asks the little racist to take back those words because he will regret them later. Just then, the lady from the shop comes outside, and she panics at seeing her daughter there. She calls her daughter's name, and the girl rushes to her side and starts crying. Compliment thinks that since the girl's mom is here, his job is done. The racist Compliment thinks that he asks her if he would mind teaching her how to cook, and Compliment can only stare at her with disappointment. He wants to console her by saying that it is not true. However, if he did that, he would be just fine. He had witnessed the words out loud to go back into her attention because she looked different. Malcolm knows that this is a sensitive matter. He cannot talk carelessly. He just stays silent, so he then talks first. She remarks that she knows who Malcolm is. However, all she knows about him is that he runs a restaurant outside of the
free loot. Damn smugglers.
Any shortcuts?
She reveals that she wants to buy Malcolm's birthday party, which is why Nuga wants to prepare Korean dishes. The boys have a lot of impact on Malcolm's life, and even after he returns home, he can only think about it. He felt the sincerity of those games, so he had no choice but to agree to her request. However, now he feels a bit down because he understands the reason Nuga was asking for his help. He knows that the reason she wants to make Korean food is so that other children don't make fun of her daughter. This thought frustrates Kanye for some reason, and suddenly he finds Rice Cake trying to reach him. Kanye thinks that this is a sweet moment where his pup is hungry, but no, Rice Cake is greedy and just wants his food.
Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die.
Decides to ask someone for help too, because this is what neighbors are for. In the middle of the day, he carries a package with some sauces about him and decides to pay one of his neighbors a visit. Kanye believes that he knows who to talk to in situations like this, and that is a trustworthy person who knows a lot about the other people in the village. He reaches the gate and rings the doorbell, and soon the gate opens and Suji, the pregnant lady, receives him. She is surprised to see him. Remarks that it is unexpected for him to visit her.
It's a power. Should draw from it.
So that she welcomes him. To his other surprise, the village chief is also there.
Damn, I missed.
She rubs her hand over her belly and says that she would do the same for her child too. Kanye thinks deeply about her words and thinks that every parent wishes that their child could live a life without worry. He then says that he should teach Nuga something she can learn quickly, but the village chief calls his idea nonsense. Instead, he suggests Kanye do the opposite. He asks him to tell Nuga to make dishes from Vietnam. Kanye is surprised to hear that and says that the reason Nuga wants to learn Korean food is for her daughter's sake, but the village chief is firm. He believes that trying to force a commitment with others could negatively affect the young man. The old man asks, what do kids her age even know? He believes that ramen dish, which is not as famous as rice noodles, but it is certainly one of Vietnam's representative food items. In this dish, meat, vegetables, and noodles are eaten after dipping them in spicy sauce. That is exactly what Kanye does, and then he takes a bite. The sauce smells sweet, sour, and refreshing, and he believes that the kids will like this combination. He tells Nuga that this is a good main dish, and then requests that she bring him a glass of water. As soon as she leaves, Han Hyun immediately summons his assistant, Rice Cake, and tells him to taste test the soup. As soon as Rice Cake tastes the soup, he begins wagging his tail violently and whipping Han Hyun's face. That is a very good reaction, and it is the fastest Rice Cake has wagged his tail out of all the dishes he tasted today. Now Han Hyun believes that Yoon-gun must be a great cook to receive such a reaction from his official gourmet. Soon Yoon-gun returns with a glass of water, and she is shocked to see Han Hyun's face so shabby and covered. She asks what happened, but he changes the topic. He tells her to leave the pepper out the soup. She responds and also asks her to use the water. He also tells her to add food packs instead of just conclusion. He tells her that it's delicious. It's very hot. Yoon-gun is elated to hear this, and she thanks him. After that, Han Hyun leaves for home with Rice Cake in his arms. He thinks that it is a fortunate thing that Yoon-gun is such a good cook, and she also understood his feedback very well. He thinks that there is nothing to worry about now. Suddenly, Mayang approaches him from behind, and Han Hyun turns around to see her staring at him. She gives him a handmade invitation to her birthday party, and Han Hyun asks her if she made it herself. She is proud of her artwork and tells him that he won't be able to enter the party without it, so he should not forget to bring it with him. Mayang then gets sad, remarking that not many kids will come to the party anyway. Han Hyun asks her why that is, and she replies that it is because she got into a fight with Chomin, who has many friends. Han Hyun realizes that Chomin is the name of the rude, racist boy from earlier. Mayang is still saying that no one will come to her birthday party, and Han Hyun doesn't know what to say to her. Soon it is the day of Mayang's birthday party, and she is fidgety and anxious. She wonders if Mr. Chef will come, and believes that at least Sanger will. As for others, she is not sure, but a couple of them told her that they would come. As Mayang is wondering what will happen if no one shows up, her mom comes to show her dress to her. Mayang turns around, and she is amazed to see her mom wearing some traditional Vietnamese dresses. She remarks that she is looking beautiful and asks more about the clothes. Yoon-gun tells her that they are clothes from her country, and then asks Mayang if she wants to wear them. Mayang is very excited to try them on, and she frolics around after wearing her new clothes. Suddenly the doorbell rings, and Yoon-gun says that her friends must be there. She urges Mayang to open the door, and the girl is relieved that at least someone has come. She wonders which one of her friends it is as Han Hyun is helping Claire that they're talking about. Those voices are actually coming from Rice Cake, and even Han Hyun has covered his ears to protect them from his loud box. He tells his pet wolf to shut up, but he is really furious and on edge about something. What has got him so angry is just a bunch of dead shrimp, and Han Hyun is not impressed. He tells Rice Cake that he can play around with the jumping birds and mighty rabbits, who are much bigger than him, but he is still so wary of such small shrimps that are already dead. Han Hyun thinks that it might be because Rice Cake has never seen them before, as there are no saltwater bodies there. Well, he thinks it is a shame that the wolf pup is reacting like this because shrimp are really delicious, but he admits that they look kind of disgusting to someone who has never seen them before. But then he thinks about it for a while and recalls that whenever Rice Cake comes to him after hunting his prey, it is much more disgusting than the shrimp. Now he is confused and wonders what exactly Rice Cake's standards are. Well, since he can't do anything about that, he decides to show the wolf the true taste of shrimp. He puts them in a water bowl and then starts by removing the whiskers and internal organs of the shrimp. After that, he spreads more salt on the pan and places the shrimps neatly on top of that. He puts the pan on the stove and then covers it. That's the recipe. Han Hyun says that he wanted to show this to Randolph too, but they have enough shrimps left for the next time, so he might be able to show it to him later. Meanwhile, Rice Cake is giving the pan the most judgmental stare he can because he is still wary of the shrimp. While Han Hyun waits for it to cook, the feral beast girl also arrives there. Han Hyun is confused to see her here again, but her full focus is on the pan. When he asks her when she joined him, the beast girl looks at him with surprise. Rice Cake has still not noticed her, as he is fully focused on the band. Connie decides not to pay much attention to useless details and thinks that if the Beast Girl is here, she can also have some food since she is always hungry. He soon opens up the pan to find that the shrimp have been roasted perfectly. He breaks them off while wearing gloves because they are too hot, and then places them on plates for Rice Cake and the Beast Girl to eat. They just stare at it in confusion, and then Kanya tells them to try it. They take a bite and suddenly find themselves overwhelmed by the taste of the shrimp. They feel like they are surfing in the ocean on a giant shrimp melting while they eat. Kanya asks them how the taste of the sea is and sees both of them got on the shrimp. He is proud and smug that they are enjoying it so much. The Beast Girl has finished her food, and she eagerly stares at Kanya. He is about to feel some more shrimp from her when suddenly the Great Beast Man comes down. The girl is startled to hear his voice and instantly hides behind him. The Great Beastman says that she ran away from the village again, and Kanya recognizes him as his main guide from the last time he took the Beast Girl. He tells him that the girl was hungry, so he should let her eat before taking her back to the village. He tries to assure the Beastman that he is not feeding her anything weird, but then he just gave him. It is a bunch of good shrimp on the poly back. Earlier, Kanya had told him that he couldn't let him return empty-handed and come all the way here. That is why he gave him the shrimp, saying that they might look ugly, but they are quite tasty. Well, the Beast Man takes a bite. His tail starts wagging.
Okay, where is this? I gotta find.
That since White Rice didn't after the greatness thing, he doesn't seem to be a bad person. He is also curious about the village, even though he is uncertain too. In the meantime, White Rice has climbed up his head while munching on a bunch of shrimp at once, while Mona tries to snatch them from him. Kanya is too busy with his thoughts to notice them, and wishes that there was someone he could consult about this matter. No sooner did he say those words, Knight Captain Randolph suddenly arrived there. Randolph is taken aback to see two beasts fighting while climbing on Kanya, who is not even bathed. He seems like an average cowboy. He doesn't really care that he calls him one guys are dangerously close to the top, and he tells Randolph that he came at the perfect time because he needs his help. Soon after that, Kanya tells the entire story to Randolph, who says that it is rather unbelievable that he got invited to a beast-man village. Kanya asks him if it is that rare, while Mona and White Rice are resting on either side. Randolph tells him that it has been quite some time since the Beast-Man and humans cut off contact with each other. It is also Randolph's first time seeing a human get an invitation from the Beast-Man. On top of that, Kanya is getting an invitation from the Beast Tribe, who follow the community carefully. It surprises him that a tribe like that is taking his care, which is an incredible situation. But as usual, Kanya is not even aware of that. Randolph finally tells Kanya that he can go to the Beast-Man village without any worries, and assures him that they will be fine. Kanya is relieved to hear that. He says that he will take up the Beast-Man on their invitation next time, and he gets up, dusting his hands. Randolph looks at him with surprise. And then Kanya suddenly pulls out some shrimp, asking him if he is craving something delicious. With that, Kanya prepares a little special recipe with the shrimp and some extra seasoning. Just one bite is enough to make Randolph feel the vastness of the ocean. He thinks that Kanya's skills never disappoint. He always brings some new flavors to the table. The dish simply contains garlic, in addition to shrimp. With that combo, Randolph thinks that despite being salty, the dish is really delicious, and he feels giant shrimp. More important, he is mesmerized by the texture that tastes like White Rice is like Randolph only seated by eating only food that was appearing in his plate, and Kanya is trying to stop him without resistance. Randolph thinks that feeling the shrimp is about him, and he surpasses the whole shrimp. But it seems that White his plan. All the better for him. As Conklin is packing up things, Randolph says that the lady is very good. He must give it his all.
Beast oil. Village Gama-san. Oh.
Randolph tells him not to worry too much because he's first. He will start this business. Well, somebody's basic training. Say that he's just a chef. Randolph asks him to consider sauce and suddenly, the worried white rice starts leaking. He starts feeling better about things. Kankian wonders if he is just imagining it or if the figure on the hard white rice is different. It gives him cool and relaxing, so Kankian just relaxes. Just then, Mona also starts lifting his other leg because she is also worried about him. But that doesn't do anything to Conklin. It only makes him feel like it's time. Conklin gets up somehow and tries packing on while saying that he appreciates the gesture. Randolph tells Conklin that he is impressed at his persistence in getting up again. Gives him the bronze practice sword on this occasion. He says that it is lighter than the real sword, but it is not bad for practice. He says that he originally which is not here. He tells Randolph that he cannot take something that is meant for his daughter, but the Knight Captain tells him that it is fine. He says that his daughter has trypophobia, which is the fear of needles and sharp objects. Randolph is a bit disappointed in his exam, but he cheers up because he has another student who can teach in place of his daughter. He tells him
Oh, this was their home. Oh, that's fucked up. Okay, where was that woman?
Conklin gives white rice his plate first, and he really likes it even though the pasta has made him garlic. Conklin is satisfied that white rice is enjoying it, and then he takes a bite too. As he chews it, he suddenly freezes still. White rice barks at him with a question mark in his mind because Conklin seems on to him. Suddenly, Conklin places his chopsticks on the table, and then rushes to the cupboard to grab all the items he can find there. He places all of them in place in front of him hurriedly, and after a while, he says that he can taste things now. He is almost on the verge of crying and can't believe the words he is saying. He realizes that his sense of taste is not fully returned. He's just confused about things. He thinks that that state is so he had given up and gives up on himself. But now, thanks to the most precious thing is not bad. He falls to his knees with the weight of the happy emotions of nothing to him. He thinks that he can cling to his heart's content again now, and gently tells Rice Cake that he is glad that he moved to this place. On the other side, the village chief has drunk too much at his friend's house. He stumbles and wobbles as he heads home, thinking about how he will treat his friend to some alcohol the next time. Just then, he notices the light of Kankian's restaurant is still on, and he is curious about what he is doing right now. Well, Kankian is cooking. He chops some tomatoes, fries some mushrooms, and then sears some very delicious steak. Rice Cake is in Wonderland just with its smell. There are other ingredients too, like fresh lime and grapes, that Kankian uses to create a sauce. After everything is ready, he finally presents his dish that was once part of his signature menu. The dish looks appetizing and mouth-watering, and Kankian decides to have a bite to see how it tastes. It turns out that while he can taste the acidity or sourness of the dish nicely, he can't seem to taste the savoriness yet. He takes off his hat, saying that this is also a start. Just then, Rice Cake barks from behind, telling him with glistening eyes and a wagging tail that he loved the dish. Khan Hyun is happy that at least someone could properly enjoy the taste of the food, and he decides to treat Rice Cake to more dishes. He prepares some dishes using the cheap competitions, and they spend all night cooking, eating, and having fun. The next morning, someone comes knocking on the house door quite loudly. Khan Hyun comes to the door
Ha! Execution!
They soon reach the village hospital, where the chief tells Khan Hyun that Suji is being They left the hospital after parking their van, and the chief says that he also needs to learn to fight the where a lot of people gather outside. The old members have stood up, and they are swarming with questions. They ask him how his wife's condition is and if the child has been born yet. He knows only 2 things. He cannot answer a single one of their questions. Khan Hyun notices his expressions too and thinks that he is. Just then, Grandma Park comes in, and she loudly yells at everyone, asking if this is some sort of fish market where they have been gathered at the chapel. She tells them that they are disturbing the employees here. Everyone is terrified of them, and even the village chief tells me that Grandma Park is right. He says that too many people think there is not good, so they should go back. And he happily says that he will stay here as the village chief to take care of the kids. But Grandma Park has a little. She grabs his shoulder, telling him that he is also right. He tries protesting that he is the village chief, but the old lady just drags him. Khan Hyun is the only one right now, and he thinks that he will feel more comfortable without people. However, Grandma Park tells him to stay there. Khan Hyun is confused, so she tells him that he should stay by Nico's side since he is his friend. The village chief screams that he is Nico's drinking buddy, but he gets dragged away anyway. Khan Hyun is left son now. He sits next to the nervous Miho and thinks that he is too awkward. He thinks that it would have been better for the village chief to stay here and not him. He has never been in this kind of situation before, so he doesn't even know what to say. He tries coming up with something, but then Miho suddenly thanks him for staying. Khan Hyun is taken aback by his words and tells him that it is not a big deal as he is just sitting by his side. Miho tells him that his sitting here is more than enough for him. He says that right now he is very excited but also very worried. Khan Hyun notices the nervous Miho and realizes that he must be roughly his age. He pats his shoulder casually, telling him that it will be fine. Well, he can't face him properly because he is nervous, but his words give Miho some confidence and belief, so he thanks him. Soon, the child is born, and the old-timers gathered outside the hospital loudly announce that it is a girl. Everyone is delighted to hear the good news because it has been so long since a baby was born in the village. They say that it is such a great day, so they can't let it pass without celebrating. Everyone says that it is a they should throw a feast. Just then, Khan Hyun comes out, and the chief asks him about Miho's condition. Khan Hyun replies that he is with Suji and is crying like there is no tomorrow. Well, he then finds that no one is interested in hearing about Miho anymore because they are busy thinking about the feast. The village chief tells him that it is a very normal thing in this village to strengthen their bonds in the feasts. That reminds Khan Hyun that he was invited to another village, the village of the Beast People, to be specific. He asks the village chief what he should take as a gift, but the chief has gone into full gangster mode on hearing this. He furiously asks Khan Hyun if he was scouted by another village. He is ready for a turf war with any village. It's just an invitation. The village chief is witnessing it. He is
Father, I crave violence.
But Confield tells him that it is not their village specialty because he knows which regions are famous for their food. In the end, he thinks that alcohol is a good enough gift, so he goes to the fantasy world and takes out the horn given to him by the Great Beast Man. He feels nervous before blowing it for some reason, but then decides to blow it. The sound of the horn echoes throughout the forest, and all types of creatures hear it. Confield gets tired after blowing it for a while, and he wonders if the Great Beast Man will even find him using this. His questions are answered immediately as the Beast Man suddenly appears there, and even Mona is on his back, waving at Confield. The Great Beast Man asks him if he's ready, and immediately kicks him out, saying that they must go fight. Confield is dumbfounded by this. And he screams at the Beast Man. His more dark
It was motherfucking Tarzan.
The Beast Man is only talking about his legs. Confield becomes that Randolph told him. He wonders if his legs are so weak. Just then, the Beast Man decides that they will want the rest of the and those Mona and Rice King are happy to do that. The Great Beast does that their is already This reminds Confield of Randolph. He told him that there was no danger in going to the village of the Beast Man. The first thing is that they consider the White Wolf sacred, and the second reason is the treaty that is in place between the Confield was curious about the treaty, and Randolph was surprised that he didn't know about it. He explained that in the past, there was a huge war between the different races. The brutal war continued.
I wonder if I set this on fire, will this? Will I? What? Hope that didn't work. Oh. Let's do this, Roach.
Slow now. No.
As soon as he enters the village, curious older eyes discover there are not just beast people in the village, but also other races like those of the bears. The little beast man remarks that the neighborhood is weaker than we expected. Ron says that he also has the sacred white wolf. We are curious if he is the person who really cheated like just then, some other beasts don't arrive and drop over. They seem convinced them about receiving a human in the village. They open the question. Tells the senior beast who is the warrior chieftain not to forget the humans that his chief's against. The old beast man begins scowling at the great beast, whose name is revealed to me. Imyas has lost his pride and reputation as a warrior to protect the human. Noah replies that he is just following the orders of the chief and asks the old beast man to step aside. However, Kiyomi doesn't take his words kindly. He asks Noah when his status became so high that he got to worry. As the two warriors are about to clash, Rice Cake suddenly stops. Other beastmen are terrified and hide at seeing the sacred wolf anyway. Even Conklin is surprised by seeing Rice being so furious. Kiryu, too, is taken aback to see the holy wolf. The beast girl Mona also begins to take Rice. Conklin asks what is wrong with him. The beastmen are even more confused now, and they believe that if Mona and the White Wolf are protecting Conklin, he is not an ordinary human.
He just cooks good food.
She remarks that he must have had a lesson in justice. He will show up to him. His village will not reach the sea. Blasts the chief. Sandra just turns around and acts surprised that he's here. She puts on her brightest smile, saying that she just thought that some idiot was trying to break the treaty by picking a fight with him. She says that since it was not some random idiot that did it, she is sure that he would never do anything.
Come here, Roach.
She is embarrassed. Sandra just laughs, saying that a man is wise. Anyway, she says that now she will have to attend to her things, so he should simply go back and mind his own business. Him receiving a name, and his clenched fist trembles, but he has no other option but to agree with the leader. Soon, Conklin finds himself in Cassandra's temple. She remarks that he must have had an unpleasant encounter earlier, just as he entered the village. Faster, she asks him not to worry about it. She claims that the people of this village are not used to seeing things, and it is not like the person who is like him. That is already too uncomfortable, as he feels the curious gaze of the beast. He feels that they're tearing this is just by staring. Cassandra then says that while it is truly unusual for them to invite him into their village, she wants to meet the protagonist. Conklin is curious about it, and Rice King gives him a discipline inside. Cassandra asks him if he is not worthy of this yet because the entire forest is talking about the people who managed to gain the sacred lake. She says that a lot of beings have been watching over the forest and asks if he does not know what it is. The only thing Conklin feels on hearing this is embarrassment, because he has just learned that he was an unwilling Twitch streamer all this time. She tells Conklin to make lots of journey. She thinks that they are a tribe and always remains favorites against. Conklin nervously tells her that there is no need to go so far because all he does is share some food.
Motherfucker, I thought you was an orc. The way your
However, she heard Conklin call it a side dish and asked if that meant what she thought. He nervously affirms, saying that he also brought an alcoholic drink that he doesn't think is Cassandra gladly takes the bottle of Korean rice wine and then eagerly asks Conklin if this is how he came to her daughter. It seems like he has taken
Are you the spy or hacker?
Can't give a clear answer to that question. He then tells Cassandra
Show me what
that
you're
better
doing.
not to drink the wine right now because it shook a lot during their journey here and might explode because of it. On hearing the word explode, the beastmen get alert and furious. This claims that humans are indeed various flames and they bubble up violently. Well, Cassandra seems curious about that, so she removes the cork to send the fizz flying everywhere. She is intrigued to see it and asks Conklin if this is what he meant by an explosion. However, she is quickly disappointed as the fizz dies out, and Conklin is somehow safe from being pummeled by the beast. Cassandra then directly dumps the line, and the beastmen are stunned by her recklessness. They want to know if she is fine with the drinks. Well, the only weird thing it does is make Cassandra very proud. She is pleased by the drink, and explains that humans are indeed very good. She asks how they made this wine because it is slightly sweet. The flavor is very good. Its velvety texture makes her want to drink more and more of it. She has also started to crave the side dish and points at Kan Hyun's backpack, which is full of boiled pork strips. She tries a piece of that meat and remarks that it has no bad smell and its texture is also soft. She doesn't even need to chew it much before swallowing. Cassandra can't believe that this soft and moist thing is meat. She clears the entire box and says that she was so mesmerized by the taste that she wouldn't have noticed even if someone died right next to her. She declares that they will have to share this delicious food with everyone, but there is something else she needs to do before them. She suddenly apologizes to Kan Hyun, freaking out her subordinates who ask her how she can apologize to a human. Cassandra says that her tribe has been acting rudely in front of their guests, so it is only appropriate that she apologize. The two beastmen also realize their mistake on hearing this, and they apologize to Kan Hyun for overreacting earlier. He tells them that it is fine, but if things were left to Noah, that would change. He was planning on stabbing the two rude people with his spear if they did not stop, and even Rice Cake was furious. Noah says that there is no way that a human chosen by the Holy Book will bring something dangerous here. Cassandra declares that everything is water under the bridge now. Since they have apologized and thanked
Damn, 300. Okay. It does hella damage though.
She declares that they should unleash their kingdom since this festival is with her precious things. She announces that the hunter who manages to catch the most delicious animal will be bestowed the title of Chaichu. Kan Hyun can only plug his ears to protect them from the loud noise, but the beastmen are super excited. They join their leader as she declares that they will show their guests that they have the best parties. Well, this is not good news for Kan Hyun. He is already tired and wonders why villagers everywhere love to party this much. All the hunters are out of the village and Kan Hyun is left behind with Cassandra and the kids. Cassandra tells him that the term Chaichu refers to the best hunter in the tribe. The person bestowed with that title has the honor of leading the tribe when the entire tribe goes out on the hunt. Kan Hyun now understands why everyone was so enthusiastic about the hunt earlier. In front of them, the beast children are running after each other without a care. Cassandra suddenly asks Kan Hyun if he likes to hunt because he can also participate in this competition. Kan Hyun tells her with a calmness that reflects his experience that he is not fit for hunting. If he goes out now, he will get hunted instead. As a girl happily comes to Cassandra's side, she says that if she were not the tribe's leader, she would also have run into the forest immediately, but she has no choice. Because of her post, she has to stay behind and watch over the children. Kan Hyun volunteers to help her with taking care of the children, and before he can even complete the sentence, Cassandra throws away the girl who just came to her. Kan Hyun is left speechless now, and Cassandra asks him if he also wants to play with the kids. More beast kids have come to her to get their chance at being thrown away playfully.
Oh my god.
He says that he would just prefer to stay here. Cassandra replies that it will be better for him anyway, because there is another issue with him. Just as she says this, a girl suddenly bites Kan Hyun's leg. He freaks out, and Cassandra calmly explains that he is emitting a very delicious smell, so the kids might mistake him and bite him. Kan Hyun screams, but the tribe leader laughs and assures him that it is fine because they don't eat humans like the barbarian orcs do. While Kan Hyun is struggling to get the girl to leave his leg, he suddenly hears a loud bang. He looks ahead, wondering what is going on, when he suddenly sees what caused it. There is a dead and injured tiger monster lying in front of them, and someone is freaking out on seeing it because it is a powerful monster from the western part of the forest. The tiger is incredibly hard to catch because of its great speed, but the warrior chief Temu has successfully caught him. Cassandra applauds his achievement, saying that Temu is indeed an expert hunter. The old beastman says that she is praising him too much, and then Cassandra asks Kan Hyun if he also thinks that Temu caught splendid prey. Temu cries condescending and tells the village chief that this question might be a bit insensitive because Kan Hyun might never have seen a monster like this. He laughs, saying that even his pride could have been hurt. Kan Hyun can only stare at his sarcasm, which is so blunt that anyone with a single functioning brain can see it. However, instead of fighting back, Kankyun thinks that it is better to go along with him. He tells Timmy that he caught a fascinating cute prey, and that hurts the old warrior chief's pride. He asks Kankyun how dare he insult him, and even Cassandra asks if he thinks that this tiger is cute. Kankyun nervously asks if she doesn't think it is cute because it has soft fur and 4 legs, how she can give it cheap, and only the meat that he brought was rather special. She says that it was so delicious. He lifts the restaurant asking him. After that, he waits for 30 minutes to eat his mutton, then he puts it in a pot and pours some alcohol over it. Next, he aggressively plucks some berries from a branch that Rice Cake has brought for him and puts them into the pot.
Wait, I skipped the whole part. Hold up.
Well, everywhere in the village is roasting wood fire. It smells really bad. Kankyun wonders if they don't even have a tinge of spices in the entire village. He wonders how everyone is grilling the meat so happily despite the terrible smell, and they are even beastmen with sharp noses at that. Cassandra is eating a huge piece of meat, and Kankyun asks her if the meat doesn't taste fishy if she eats it like that. Cassandra replies that meat always tastes fishy, and only the meat that he brought was rather special.
Damn.
He says that it was so delicious that it disappeared in 100 seconds. As thanks for that, she tells Kankyun.
Oh my god. Oh my god! I'm gonna heat up some pieces.
Asking what happened because she used to love him. Even Rice Cake is at his wits' end because he has never been surrounded by more foul smells than a tasty food. Kankyun silently asks him to do it. The beastmen already don't think too highly of him, and he is sure that if he tries to never things will only get worse. Just then, Cassandra shoves a piece of meat into his mouth, telling him to eat before it gets cold. Kankyun finally snaps. He declares that he will cook everything, and Cassandra says that the guests should stay back and enjoy themselves. However, Kankyun is already in business mode. He tells Rice Cake to find him some sour edible fruits, and the wolf pup immediately leaves on the mission. Kankyun then pulls out his toolbox in the cooktop, which surprises everyone. Well, he should have asked if they have bigger utensils in the village, because that little thing won't be able to prepare even one beast's portion. Anyway, Kankyun gets going. He cooks the meat at high heat until the outside becomes crispy. Then he puts it in a pot and pours some alcohol over it. Next, he aggressively plucks some berries from the branch that Rice Cake has brought over and puts them into the pot. After that, he waits for 30 minutes as the meat cooks in the alcohol. While Kankyun is fully focused on his work, everyone else creeps behind him to see the result. He lifts the lid of the pot and reveals a finely cooked piece of meat. He shows everyone that even the color of the meat is different.
Look at I run it high. I run it on the fly. I'll show you what I do. Now I kick it high.
I'd like you to craft something for me.
Plans to try it again. However, Cassandra has already taken a piece of meat and eaten it. She can't believe that this is the meat that her tribe people caught because it tastes like the meat Kankyun brought. She says that it doesn't taste fishy and is incredibly tender. She asks Kankyun if he is still unsatisfied with the results, and he affirms. He says that he is a chef, and his job is to make things as delicious as possible. He tells everyone to get ready because he is going to take over the cooking from now on. On hearing this, Cassandra suddenly bursts into laughter. She can't decide whether Kankyun is bold or timid, but one is hungover after the puppy because of all the heavy leather he is wearing on this warm sunny day. Well, as Kankyun looks at him again, he once again thinks about the necessary item, which turns out to be a security alarm. He wonders how much it would cost because right now it seems like a good investment. The old man doesn't seem to notice his suspicions and hesitation, and he keeps on saying that he has only heard about it, but he is not expecting a restaurant to be here. He wants to order immediately, and judging by his way of talking, Han Hyun thinks that he is not from the village. The man says that he wants to have a local, and he wants it to be made from fettuccine. Those words leave Han Hyun flabbergasted, and he instantly changes his attitude about the shady customer. He apologizes and says that they don't have any fettuccine right now. The old man says that it is fine because he was asking just in case. However, Han Hyun tells him that instead of fettuccine, they have linguine, and the old man's eyes widen. Han Hyun asks him if he will be satisfied with linguine, and he asks him to use it. There are different types of pasta. Han Hyun never thought that someone would come to this remote place and order fettuccine in particular. Fettuccine is a thick and flat pasta, and linguine is slightly less thick than the thicker pasta. Since the old man wants his pasta, Han Hyun offered him linguine as it was the best he had after fettuccine. He thinks that most people especially types of pasta shapes, but the customer right now has a very specific one. As he cooks, Han Hyun thinks that maybe the old man likes Western food. He roasts some clams along with garlic and oil, and then pours some lime over them. It has been a long time since
herbalist.
Make something fancy, and he plans to use this chance to show off his skills further. He soon completes the local pasta and presents it to the customer. The customer is impressed by the look of the dish, and he gradually takes the first bite. He finds that the flavor of clams is strong, but it doesn't taste fishy at all. It also has the right amount of spices that bring the savoriness forward. He is certain that this is not the skill of any regular restaurant. He looks at Han Hyun and thinks that he was not expecting such high-level pasta from the countryside village. He sees great skill in Han Hyun and thinks that he can do something special that he needs to be done. The old man gets up and asks Han Hyun if he can talk to him for a second. As he turns around, the TV is on, and it loudly talks about a famous painter called Wu Jin, who has once again left his mark on the world of art with his legacy. The painter is giving a speech about the last festival. Just as the customer leaves, he quickly wipes his face. Han Hyun. He nervously asks him if there is any problem.
That's an R.
He says that he never thought it would be able to proper account for food so far out. Han Hyun replies that it was the same thing as was the first person the man replies that he used to eat it a lot. Han Hyun understands the reasons. He thanks the customer because he was able to show off his skills because of the He tells the man that he can pay him now. He asks him to visit the restaurant. Han Hyun knows that it is a traditional Italian soup with pasta and vegetables. It is an easy-to-eat dish and is typically eaten while being shared with the whole family. Well, Han Hyun is certain that his customer knows Italian food well, and he excitedly asks him if he wants it now. He is raring to show his skill and says that he can prepare it in 30 minutes if he wants it on the morning. The man tells him that he will come again tomorrow and tells Han Hyun that he should make it for him. Han Hyun is a bit disappointed that he will have to wait, but says that he will prepare for it in advance. The customer thanked him and added that he was not the type of person to make such requests, but since he saw great skill in Han Hyun, he could not stop him. He takes off his glasses and introduces himself as Yoon Jin, paying special emphasis to his name. Han Hyun is confused, but he introduces himself in return. Ji-hoon is shocked to see that Han Hyun didn't recognize him even after he was shown on TV just now. He asks Han Hyun if he doesn't watch TV, and he replies that he doesn't. The old painter is a little taken aback and decides to leave so that he can help him tomorrow. Han Hyun is still confused about why the customer suddenly introduced himself when his attention went to the TV. He sees that the program is talking about the famous painter Yoon Ji-hoon, and a documentary on his life is also in production. He is left to learn about it. He lets out a scream to express his shock, which starts him to go right back. The next day, Han Hyun apologizes to Ji-hoon for not recognizing the destiny, and he He stutters as he says that he is a man of his word. Jibun would rather believe the words of Satan on this, and he asks Kankia if he would believe the same if he were in his place. Kankia admits that he would not, and then the old man tells him not to worry about it. He says that he came to the countryside because he didn't like being treated as someone special. He says that he has been quite arrogant too.
Got any herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
Looks outside the window and gets lost in the thoughts of his past.
Okay.
He says that perhaps he wanted
Yes, she has it.
the old times, but he was still passionate. Soon, Kankia prepares the pastrami soup that Jibun told him. Jibun finds the soup very delicious, but the look on his face is quite funny. Kankia thinks that he's the one who doesn't care about it. Jibun is not surprised to see Kankia staring at his face from across the table. He assures Kankia that the soup is delicious and he has never had it so good in Korea before. It is so good that it can be sold in authentic restaurants in Italy. However, it is different from the taste Jibun is looking for. He says that he ate minestrone a lot during his time studying abroad. Kankia asks him to elaborate, and Jibun says that it has been just a year since then.
You resent my choice. I understand. But believe me, my potions wouldn't have helped.
He did all sorts of jobs to keep
Let's take your word for
and
it.
even after that, buying a bottle of paint food would be too difficult. Back then, all he could eat was some pasta and a pinch of salt. Jibun says that he was having a hard time, but his pride was too strong to let him bow down and ask for leftover vegetables in the market.
Huh? The fuck?
Still something I think necessity. Those days, a bowl of minestrone full of vegetables was the most precious thing. Jibun says that at the end of the struggle, he got a good opportunity, luckily, and ever since then, he has been avoiding the crowd of people. However, after some time passed, he realized that painful memories of the harsh past were still his own. Probably believed he wanted to have that cheap minestrone soup. He begins talking about how things always appear better and sweeter in memory and starts thinking. He says that the soup he had really did not have tasted much to him. Kankia asks him if he doesn't think that he can find the same taste that he looks for. Jibun says that he doesn't think he can find it, and then thanks him for the food and for listening to his rambling. However, Kankia is not ready to give up. June's story about surviving in a foreign country all alone resonates greatly with him, and he wonders what he can compare with minestrone soup in his journey. He suddenly asks June to describe the taste of the soup. Jibun tells him that the soup is not as delicious as the one he made, and the broth is thick. They use cheap vegetables, so the taste is bound to be average, but it is still refreshing. And also, it tasted slightly fishy. Jibun then asks Kankia if he knows about the town called Amon, which is a coastal town. He says that maybe it was because it was a fishy town, and the vegetables had a fishy taste in it. Kankia is lost deep in thought, and he asks Jibun if he will spare some time tomorrow so that he can taste his minestrone soup. Later, Kankia begins preparing to make a minestrone that will be exactly like Jibun wanted, and as always, white rice is there to help him out.
Wolf liver.
Kankia is thinking out loud that the ingredients for the soup differ from place to place and from family to family. He recalls that Jibun told him that the soup had a thick broth, a fishy taste, and no meat. That is a matter of concern to him because the soup tasted fishy even though it only had vegetables in it. He researches online about the possible causes. Suddenly, he gets an idea. Kankia wonders if an Italian fish stew called caciaco was used as the base of the soup. That also forces him to wonder if the refreshing taste of the minestrone Jibun ate came from a combination of seafood stew and tomatoes. However, Jibun was knowledgeable enough, so Kankia believed that he would have known if he had a caciaco. Kankia begins to wonder if the painter is remembering a different taste because of a faulty memory. He then starts searching for the town called Amalfi that Jibun mentioned, and what he finds sets him. Kankia looks at the pictures of Amalfi and thinks that it is a
Winds howling.
He seeks to see and notices something, and then starts saying that Jibun might have an even sharper memory. next day, Jibun revisits Kampion, and Kampion looks up to him, saying that he was just waiting for him. There are video highlights. Just as he tastes the ice, he is suddenly reminded of his days and how he was young and passionate. After fully relishing the images brought to him by the taste of the fishy mindset, Jibun grows sentimental and says that he is too rich. He says that if he were to have this dish for the first time today, he would have thrown it away right away because it is not enough. However, to be able to experience this familiar taste once
She's gone. For good.
He believes that there was no way that the Filipino mindset would be more about the extra strong fishing games. So maybe she did not understand how that helped, especially Kampion replies that there are many ways to move the taste of the dish. However, he does not believe that anyone would go so out of their way to do it. He then says that perhaps the lady had plans to the soup because she was worried for the health of the young men working hard in the city so far away from him. He says that maybe the lady knew Jibun's condition very well, so she added blended plants to the soup so that he got adequate nutrition, but also so that his pride was not hurt by this act of kindness. Jibun's eyes widen on hearing his ear, and he remembers the lady from the shop who was offering him beer in the soup. He admits that if he had known about this at that time, he would never have visited the restaurant. It was his pride that helped him through the tough times, so he would not have liked to lose him. He gets emotional and starts
Job done. The well was haunted by the ghost of a woman who was killed there. They drove it away.
I just hope every unburied wretch don't start haunting us. Without that, if she was going to cause us a heap of trouble.
If they do, you know who to contact. Meanwhile, Claire.
I don't know him. Though I did hear our herbalist Tamira mention a Claire once. Same one, maybe? Your reward, Master Witcher. The gold I'd hid away from Mandy's down. Without you.
At this point, I'll never marry. You keep the coin for Mandy, her wedding. Please a toast to my health then.
Thank you, Master Witcher.
As Kampion turns around, he is shocked to see his friend. Jim just waves to him and asks how he has been doing. He freaks out and asks what he's doing. He replies that he is on vacation and it's 2 days of travel. He was looking for a place with clean air and delicious food everywhere. So he
May sunshine upon you.
is just here for 3 days, so Han Hyun has to make it. Han Hyun is angry and says that he is not going to do it. But Jim is not going to listen. He goes inside and looks at Peyton's friend, saying that he remodeled it. The grumpy Han Hyun tells him not to get too comfortable as he will make it. Just then, Jim looks at Rice Cake and asks for greetings because he has never seen a dog like this.
Return customer. Welcome. What can I do for you this time?
He tells Jim to go ahead and pet him.
Show me what you got.
However, just as his hand is about to touch Rice Cake, his ultra instincts activate. Quickly gets out of Jim's way. Now let's stick to instincts, saying that even experiencing the energies of the cannot touch Rice Cake, but he allows him to pet him. He laughs menacingly, tells his friend to pet his dog if he can. Jim realizes that Conklin just wanted to brag to him about his dog being selective about human touch. He asks him if he gets along well with the villagers with a nasty attitude like that. He wants to know if Conklin is an outcast here, and this offends him. Conklin yells that he is not that weird as he slams the glass of water on the table. He says that the villagers even held a feast for him. Jim only gives him a pitiful gaze because he thinks that Kan Hyun must be lonely to make such a fuss. His reaction makes Kan Hyun even more frustrated, and Jim stares at him twice as pity. Someone comes to his door. Kan Hyun tells Jim to relax when he sees his cousin. He goes outside to see him. As Miho sees Kan Hyun coming out of his apartment, he asks if he is on the way. Kan Hyun says that the restaurant is open and asks if he is here to eat something. Miho refuses and says that he just came here to give him something. Kan Hyun finds a pair of oven mitts with rice cake silhouettes sewn on them. He is surprised to see them, and Miho says that his wife made them herself as a thank you for the delicious seaweed porridge Kan Hyun made for her. Kan Hyun is surprised to hear that Sujin made these mitts herself and says that she is talented.
Show me what you
Kan
got.
Hyun then confirms with Miho if the figure in the middle of the mitts is Rice Cake. On hearing his name, Rice Cake comes out riding his tail. Miho says that Sujin wanted to thank him personally, but she is still recovering after her delivery, so coming all this way is too much for her. Soon after that, more people came to the shop, including the village chief Maya and another boy. Seeing Kan Hyun interact happily with them through the window, Jim is rather impressed. He says that he's doing well.
So long.
The truth is that Jim just decides to sit back First, there is no such thing as a green witch. Second, Kan Hyun is still a village. Right now, Kan Hyun gets an idea. And he returns to the village chief. Once he realizes what the village is, he asks the village chief if he can say that he wants some mission. He tells him that he can like all
He knows what he knows.
Kan Hyun tells the village chief to send the chief inside and to where his friend sat. Jim is peacefully watching TV upstairs.
Greetings.
Next day, it is a bright,
Let me have a look at your stock.
Painted friend Jim stands in the middle of a rice field with a bunch of seeds in his hand and sweat trickling down his face. Everyone around him is busy working, but as Jim stands alone in the middle of the field, he curses Kan Hyun, saying that he is dead meat. Well, Kan Hyun is unbothered, happy, moisturized, and flourishing in his lane. He helps an old grandmother harvest some potatoes and then asks her what he should do next. The old lady is grateful that he dug up the potatoes so fast and then asks if he is not tired at all. She remarks that he is stronger than he is, and that makes Kan Hyun and not notice the old. He wonders if it is because of Grandma's regular training which he works hard to reach. As he is thinking about it, the old lady tells him that it is time for a break and he can sit with his friend and eat something. She says that Jim has been sitting there for a while, and Kan Hyun tells her to ignore him and asks what he can do next. Well, Jim looks like he has murder on his mind, and he tells Kangen to keep working while he decides on a place to hold his funeral. Soon after that, Kangen and Jim start eating, and Jim says that he should have predicted something like this when he saw him preparing that huge breakfast today. Kangen does not even give him any attention, and he tells his friend to keep coming to his restaurant without notice so that he can get some free labor. Jim says that he didn't raise him to make someone work on their precious vacation.
Witcher's contact in Velen was to be Hendrik, the Emperor's spy. Hendrik was operating incognito in that war ravaged land. His mission, gather intelligence about Ciri.
And chatting happily as they eat their food. Jim gets them. He says that he wants to eat jambalaya, which is a one-pot dish with rice, meat, vegetables, and a flavorful broth. Kangen asks Jim if he wants to street because he's expecting him to demand something more expensive and different. However, Jim is sure that all he wants is jambalaya because he is craving it today. In the evening, Kangen ingredients, but Kangen made the jambalaya without any hesitation. He looked confident in his craft, and even Jim was surprised by how it turned out. Now, as he takes a bite of the dish, he says that he was so dumbfounded back then because of the taste of the jambalaya. He says that the rice had a touch of umami, the seafood, and the vegetables were well seasoned, and the sweet, spicy, and salty taste was better than anything they could have ordered that day. Jim says that the jambalaya Kangen made is still as delicious as that day. He says that this is why he believes that Kangen will succeed. Kangen is taken aback by his words, and Jim says that he became certain that he would be successful after having that first fight years ago. He claims that he doesn't say empty words and then tells Kangen that he believes his sense of taste will be back soon. Well, the emotional moment is suddenly interrupted as Kangen asks Jim if he has not yet informed him that his sense of taste is already back. Jim is perplexed to hear this, and Kangen thinks about it, saying that it hasn't been long, and the taste has also only returned partially. Jim is dumbfounded and says that living in the countryside sure is a healing experience. Although he is disappointed that Kangen forgot to tell him about it, he says that it is good news and asks Kangen if he plans to return to Seoul. Kangen takes a side-eye at Rice Cake, who is looking at him curiously, and he tells his friend that he is not sure yet. At first, he didn't want to return to Seoul because he was afraid, but now he has come to like his life in the village. Jim also tells him that there is no need to rush his decisions because his sense of taste has not returned fully yet. He puts a beer in front of him and says that they should just celebrate his successful countryside life. Kangen cheers with him, thanking him for his kind words that he doesn't know how to respond to. They begin to time passes. After a few days, Kangen goes to the other world to train with Randolph. He tries to spar with him using wooden swords, but the veteran knight's heavy slash disarms him with ease. However, Randolph is impressed because Kangen was able to last 1 full second longer than the last time they practiced. He commends him, saying that his stamina is also increasing faster than expected. Randolph says that with his skills, Kangen should last around 5 seconds with the youngest knight in a serious fight. As Kangen looks at him, he knows that he is still too weak to get to 5 seconds. It has been a month since their training started. Kangen is terrified because he was barely holding on until now, and suddenly Randolph feels present. Within a second, Noah arrives there with Mona on his back. He is impressed that Randolph sensed his presence, and Mona happily runs to Kangen. Randolph asks Kangen if he knows the Beast Head warrior, and he says that Noah was the one who delivered the letter from their village to him. Meanwhile, in the background, Rice King tackles Mona before she can reach his unit. Noah thinks that it is quite rare for a warrior as skilled as Randolph to be here, and he also remarks on his fierce games. Randolph then cheerfully asks Noah if he is interested in his training. The confused Kangen tells the knight to ask the question himself, completely ignoring the cat and dog fight between Mona and Rice Cake on his shoulders. Randolph says that he will talk to Noah himself. but neither of them need a translation artifact to understand each other. Noah is the same, and he wants to know what the human has been saying since earlier. Conklin is shocked to hear about a translation artifact, still not noticing Rice Cake fully more on his shoulder. Randolph asks him why he is surprised because he must have been
Come on, quick!
He says that they were about
Run by me before the next one's come.
When they come, I'll tend to them. Meanwhile, let's you and me chat. I'd like to know who I'm
John Verdon, certain
all away from your army.
the army don't exist now. Black ones are smashed into bits. Our scarf up, join a group of refugees, fucking bursting with patriotism. As soon as they learned I'd abandoned Samaria and they beat me.
Offered to teach him. He finally takes notice of Rice Cake and Noah, throws them off his shoulders while telling Noah that he should be grateful to Randolph for teaching him such precious skills. Noah suddenly becomes serious and tells Conklin that he has also received proof.
Music.
Conklin is about to say that it is not a myth, but then Noah says that he also gifted some meat to their village, which makes it 2 instances where he has
Sorry. I find it hard to believe the folks from the camp left you here just because you're a disaster.
tells him that he is fine since his sixth sense is giving him some
Not that certain.
However,
I could wiggle
Noah is
free.
firm that he will repay Conklin by teaching him beast and martial arts. Kanklin's gut instinct was right, but he says that he is more than satisfied with Randolph's swordsmanship training. Well, Noah takes this as a racial remark and asks him if he thinks that beast and martial arts are inferior to human swordsmanship, so that he does not get cancelled by the beast. He accepts Noah's offer and asks when they can start.
Fine,
Noah is
I'll-
pleased and says that they can start right away. He says that the beastmen martial arts are the strongest in the world, and he is going to teach Conklin the basics. Conklin is depressed, but he thinks that he has already gone through hell because of Randolph's training, so it should not be too difficult. However, he didn't know that hell also has levels. There are different types of hells too. Noah tells him to get down on all fours because the beastmen martial arts start with the basic running moves. Conklin gives him a side eye, and Noah tells him to run up to the mountain in the position immediately. The next day, Conklin is so unable to just wishes that the survivor could also restore the victim lost as a He begins his day by sorting out the items in his kitchen. Seeing the spices suddenly reminds him that beastmen don't seem to use spices at all. He wonders if the concept of spices doesn't exist in their world, but discards the idea because Randolph seemed to know about the basic spices. He thinks that the problem must be localized to the beastmen, and he finds it revolting that they eat meat just as it is. He wonders if he should give them some sauces, but then thinks that they would soon run out. He thinks that it would be great if they could find spices in their world, which suddenly gives him an idea. Conklin thinks that there must be some in Randolph's village, so the next time he introduces himself, saying that he is a mage who is going to shoot out fireworks to welcome him there, and tells him that the fruit called lammy is used in stews. Conklin asks why he is here, and Roman replies that Randolph asked him, wants them for research. Roman asks if he is going to write a thesis on spices, but Conklin laughs and says that he just wants to study them to create new dishes and help his friends enjoy their food more. He explains that he has different spices where he is from, so he needs to experiment with these first before he can put them to work. Seeing his dedication to cooking, Roman understands why a sacred white wolf is with Conklin. Just then, Conklin says that Roman must have gotten hungry after walking through the market, and he takes out a lunchbox from his pack. The lunchbox contains chive pancakes that Conklin made, and he asks the old mage to try them. Well, even though Roman last ate 4 days ago, He is still not comfortable. Besides, this is expected to shadow.
Ah!
He replies that he can have the entire box. Roman begins punishing the pancakes, wondering how long it has been since he ate food for its taste. After that, Kanyan asks the mage why he needs to be escorted by someone of his status. He asks if it is because of pickpockets and thieves, and Roman says that they are just lesser evils. Just then, Rice Cake senses something and gets alert, and some people begin approaching them. Meanwhile, Roman continues telling Kanyan that while the white wolf is a sacred creature for most people because it appears in their mythology, some people don't believe that they are holy beings, especially those who believe in God. Just as he says this, the group of people approaching them is revealed to be a priest and his followers. The priest remarks that it is rare to see Roman out of his lab, and the old mage says that he comes out occasionally for fresh air. He asks the priest, named Bishop Baharam, what he is doing here, and Kanyan is shocked because a bishop is the highest rank among priests. Baharam says that he also comes out to the market occasionally to save lost souls, but today he has other business. He asks Kanyan if he is the White Wolf's master, while Rice Cake is still growling furiously at him. Good will come out of hanging with the people from the temple. And just then a lady comes in, realizes why Randolph always asks him for beer. He then looks at the beef in front of him and wonders which animal it came, tells them to calm down while explaining that it was Kanyan who brought them along as a gift, and if they have any questions, they can ask him directly. Kanyan doesn't even have the chance to prepare himself as the knights surround him and ask if he brought this beer from his territory and if they can buy it. He was not expecting such dramatic reactions, and he could have just told them that he brought it from another war, so he decided to get the soldiers away from him first. He tells them that there is a way to enjoy the beer and asks if they want to know. The soldiers are pumped up now, and they hail Kanyan as the genius of alcohol. Kanyan just types of figures in one molecule ratio of 3 to 7, and then vigorously stirs them with a wooded sweep while everyone else watches him. They are seen in each action. Once Kanyan finishes, he tells everyone is knocked out cold. That starts the legend of Kanyan, who single-handedly took down the entire religious idol. The next day, two of them start talking about it. After one of them finishes something, and both of them are going to split things. The knowledge has to be started with Kanyan exactly. They wonder when Randolph will call his friend to the city again, because they want to have some of his pristine alcohol. On the other hand, Kanyan also gets ready for a journey. He has packed everything he needs, and now the only thing left is Rice Cake. Kanyan calls them the usual pub, and then leaves him in the care of the village sheep. Rice Cake has a look of betrayal on his face as he wonders what just happened. Kanyan apologizes to his furry friend and tells him that Seoul is a busy city with lots of people, and he has already taken 2 kids with him, so he won't be able to watch out for them. The grandma of the boy from Instinctive thanks Kanyan for taking the grandson to Seoul. Kanyan tells her that it is something he has to do eventually because he promised Senga that he would take him to see his mother. He tells Senga's grandma as well as Lamb's mom that he will take her. Jim also arrives at his says that Kanyan is not the same person as the one. So, meanwhile, in the car, Conklin tells Sang that it took him quite some time to fulfill his promise to take him to Seoul. The boy doesn't mind it at all, and he thanks Conklin because he is the one who made it possible for him to go to Seoul in the first place. Now is the because he is their first destination is sure about going out with them. And he replies that since he has not been on TV for a while, people won't recognize him easily. The kids are confused about what is going on, but Jim is taking no chances, and he tells Conklin to take the hat of the glove compartment for safety. Anyway, Jim is glad that Conklin is finally daring to go to a police compartment, because in the past, he would not have done that. Suddenly, he notices something white flash in the rearview mirror when he vanishes. It is Rice Cake. He ditched the village chief and ran after his youth. He looked at the lashes of the Rice Cake. It was empty, and Rice Cake was nowhere to be found. The village chief asks Grandma about it, but she just rudely tells her to not bother her. Once they reach the amusement park, the kids begin demanding Conklin to take them to different rides, but he is frozen stiff by being in front of so many people. Jim knew this was going to happen, and he told his friend that he would pass out at this rate. Conklin also admits that he still fears crowds like this. He thought that he would be better now because he could interact with people in the village and the other world just fine. He wonders if he was not scared of them because he was sure that they didn't know. His hands are trembling, but suddenly Sanger holds him, asking if he is scared of the rides. He tells Conklin not to be scared because they will be with him.
Oh my god, I love it.
He says that the chief asked him to bring him back. Rice is no one tells Conklin that the village leader said that she can't give him special treatment just because she is her daughter. She asked him to bring her to the room so that she can properly discipline her daughter. Conklin pities Mona, who is already terrified of her mom's speaking. Then suddenly, Noah catches an unfamiliar scent and asks Conklin why he smells like one of the elves. Conklin nervously explains that the smell must be Komayan, the icon. He tells Noah about the elf girl he just met after Rice Cake made her fall, but he stops before revealing the key detail, thinking about how embarrassed and angry the elf girl is. Noah almost picks up the words that the elf girl fell from the tree, but he instantly dismisses the idea because, unless the girl is an idiot, there is no way an elf can fall from the tree. Conklin freaks out a bit and when Noah asks him if he needs a special act between him and the elf girl, he says that he's very happy to steer the conversation in the direction. Conklin asks Noah if he is not hungry.
That's kind of fucked.
Noah replies that it's fine because he's not. But Conklin is not going to let him. Yes. Something else. Conklin had brought the ingredients for a meat skewer in case the beast didn't like spices. He puts the meat and some veggies and puts them on the grill he has brought with him. The skewers are done soon, and Conklin gives one to Noah while he holds back Rice Cake. He tells the warrior beastmen to hurry up before the two kids eat everything. Noah takes a bite of the skewer, and it tastes so delicious that his ears stand up in attention. But despite that, Noah says that it was not bad.
It's my brother Mickle.
Tells Noah
It's been a week now since you took the women of Bellows.
The women of Bellows?
Bellows were a rich village till the war passed through. The huts were burned down. Look, no one wanted them. The Danians wouldn't let them into Novigrad, so Mickle took them to the old mines. Get them out of the rain at least. And I was not
and a human, a holy wolf saw it all.
Alright.
It shouldn't be hard. We're the only lad.
Corpses aren't always in a condition where I can detect.
Corpses? Take it back. They got lost.
I think I know enough.
The young girl says that he isn't even trying to hide his presence, and Noah tells her that he was aware that she was watching over the kingdom. He asks the elf girl what she wants, and she replies that she is just checking out the source of the commotion. Noah says that commotions are natural in the forest, especially because it is the meeting point of 3 different races. The The Elf Ranger replies that they can't allow any conflicts in this neutral region, and then Noah tells her that Kangyan is a friend of Beast, so she should stop bothering. The Elf Ranger is surprised to hear.
Ooh, shit! No, I'm not gonna do that one right now. That motherfucker says level 33. Bitch, I'm 3. The fuck?
He asks her if she doesn't have to shoot going on right now. The blonde girl tells him that they are having a short break too, and she wants something from the car. Jim decides to unlock the car, but then he receives a notification that Sellers is due. Sophie asks him if it is a message from credit card companies or insurance salesmen, but Jim tells her that it is coming. He tells Sophie that he gave Compton a lot, so he sent him money. Jim says that this is just a part of his personality. The blonde is. She remarks that Compton seems to be more important of offers the more she gets caught. She says that she doesn't believe any of this because she's a celebrity herself, but just a little while back, all the rumors about Compton were taken. People all over the net and in the news were talking about how he was not as talented as the media showed, and that he got famous because of his handsome face. They insulted his career and said that he was an ill-mannered person. Sophie asked Jim why such mean rumors about a nice person like Compton spread so quickly. Jim replies that Compton made a lot of enemies because he is not good at sucking up to people. But his biggest mistake was that he pissed off the media before. Just as Jim says this, a car stops next to him. The very same idiot he was talking about comes out. He began showing off how busy he was with the broadcasting station. Jim is irritated by his rant, and then he asks the blonde girl if she remembers the offer she got from the guest on her show. He tells her that of all people, she should be wary of the guy who just got out of the car. Sophie is surprised to hear that because the man in front of them is Chef Kim Johnson, who is quite famous. Jim tells her that most of the bad rumors about Compton came out of Kim's mouth. Sophie is shocked to hear that because Kim was introduced as Compton's close secret. Meanwhile, Kim goes inside the broadcasting studio, where he sees a social media post about Compton joining his visit to a theme park with kids who the media portrays as his nephew. Kim is not happy that after being criticized so much, Compton is having the time of his life. Just then, one of the staffers comes there and asks him what he is frowning over. Kim shows him the picture of Compton and whines that he is not self-reflecting even after everything. The man knows that Compton did nothing that would require self-reflection, but he can't say it in front of Kim. Kim was the one who helped him get a job at the broadcasting station, and the man believes that siding with him will be better for him in his career. So he starts to badmouth Compton to get into the good books of the chef with as small as a book. He says that Compton is not working anymore, just doing it. He asks him if the rumors about Compton losing his sense of taste are true, but he left his job as a chef because of that, not because of a recent introduction to him. Kim asks him where he heard the rumor, and the man replies that one of his friends used to work with him. Kim suddenly gets sinister as he hears this, and just then, the director comes there to call them for the shoot. Kim asks his lackey about the 1000th episode of their show, in which a lot of chefs are being invited. The man asks him what about it, and with a crooked smile on his face, Kim says that he is looking forward to it. He plans to involve Kangyan in it, and destroy his career and reputation once and for all.
Well, there's more to it? Oh, damn it. Oh, wait, yeah, there is. Sweet, okay. Ah, damn! I got killed. Oh well, I'm done for now. They've been playing for like 4 hours. Damn. Love it. Oh, thank you for the follow, Lucy. Hell yeah. Okay. Ah, my back. My side. The pay. I should try to get my camera, my phone hooked up again so I can